never realised that fucking black magic was real.
Right.
No, we took this to fucking Hollywood.
Yeah,
Making money.
People thought you were like into black magic. And
We started
evil.
getting invites to fucking midnight at the cemetery with black magic. What the fuck's this?
What is going on, everybody? And welcome to Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. What's up with my mic? Hold on, G.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's webcam mic. Where's my head? Oh, I see it. What's going on?
Nothing. How about you?
None. Just been doing a lot of these though lately though. So but I like it though. I'm excited and I love talking to the people out there. You know, all the Ozzy fans out there are just fucking like I was just sitting in my car just being like so grateful to the community we have. And I'm not gonna like, mention any names or whatever of stuff out there, but like this channel here, like, I'm gonna stay away from like drama and stress, meaning like with other channels. Like I know ugly other shit goes on like with other channels before that, all that
Right.
shit. We stay in our own lane. And
Yeah.
that's the way that I'm fucking keeping it. And if anyone fucks with me, I will fucking destroy him. But anyway, how you been? How you been?
Good. Just back at work and just getting
Orange
through
County?
the day. Yep.
Yeah, because you haven't been in your because it was pretty impressive. Remember, like the first episode we did, like you were like, I think just like in your living room naturally. I mean, it took me years before I got all this equipment and stuff. But what I'm saying though is but then you were in that one room. Remember, it was like black walls.
Yeah.
It was like real. So that's
That's
like your main room in your home that you do them in, but this is your
right.
work spot.
Right.
Oh,
This
that's
is
cool though.
the
You do God's work too, though, which is great.
yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I did it for my father for 2 years, and that was my father. I'm just being honest. Like I don't think I'd be able to do certain things with just the random people. So people like you are fucking angels for real.
Thank you. I
For
mean,
real.
I don't consider
Versus
myself
all
that. I
of it.
just someone has to do it. If it were my parents and I opted to put my parents in a place like that, I'd want someone to help them too. So that's just
Yes,
kind of
we're
what I
Irish.
am.
We die in the house. Like my father,
That,
I was doing this podcast when he died. Like
yeah.
we never. Even my grandma, I remember she had that Alzheimer's for like 8 years. It was terrible. And I remember every time I'd come here and visit, she'd be here. And like I didn't even remember how she was prior to that. But my point being though is like the family was even talking about, listen, we might have to. And my mother's like,
But
no,
not
well,
happening.
my mom don't
Yeah.
care. She's 100% Irish Catholic, tough as nails. But she scary. Everyone's petrified of her. All my friends are. And but she's like, no, nobody's going in a home, nobody's this or that. And plus,
Yeah.
I'm happy to know that my father though got to pass though, like in a comfortable environment around his family, So
Exactly.
I'm grateful for that though. But let's say I'm some of those real quick before we get into Black Sabbath. Tonight, real quick, we're gonna be talking about my favorite Sabbath album. Listen, when I say favorite, it's yeah, I guess it is. Because like I always say, we mentioned this last week. Like Sabotage, Paranoid, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath. I fucking love them all, but how could you pick a favorite, right? But I mean, this one here is the one though that really, they say like stoner rock and stuff. I mean, just like heavy riff chords, like just. I mean, I'm not so Paranoid had it too, and so did Black Sabbath. But I think like because after Paranoid hit, which happened accidentally, as we talked about last week, meaning because it was supposed to be called War Pigs. That's why the
Right.
cover had a pig on it, and
Yeah.
they had to do Paranoid in like fucking 2 hours or whatever studio time he had left. They had to write it and do it, and they never did a song under 3 minutes. So they do that, and then boom, that's a hit single, and that's like where they get introduced to the States and everything. And now this album here, though, is like they're solidified and like it's like they're. I'm trying to fucking think of a good analogy of like another band's whatever, but it's
They
I don't know,
had
it's a
the time
masterpiece.
on this album that they could actually spend the time to do it the right way versus the first two that were kind of rush, you know.
Yeah, and they were done though, like like with the like 4 tracks or 8 tracks and stuff like that. Though, like I think
Right.
there was one point, like if you ever heard Black Sabbath, I think it was in Ozzy's basement when it's the lyrics are completely different from War Pigs, and like they're just recorded on like whatever they can. But like you said, but Tony, I hope they'll produce though a lot of their albums though. But so this one though also though dropped 19 this though 71, and
Right.
I believe what was the year of the California Jam? Do you know?
I believe it was 71.
All right,
If I'm
but
not
before we get
mistaken.
all into it, though, it's gonna say some hellos. Angela's back. What's going on, Angela?
Angela,
17. Oh, this is only my
Linda,
second. Linda's in
Gracie,
the house.
Baz,
Yeah,
Patrick.
I like to pull them up though.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Gracie? Thanks for the Instagram post. I saw it on the TV. I like that. You watch it on the big screen. Enjoy. Silly Munch. There she
Silly.
is. She rocks. Thank you, Sil.
Mm-hmm.
Loomis will be late for his own funeral. Listen, that's why I do the 805s. But here's the thing with me, Pat. I don't know what it is. Like, I could wake even in the morning when I get ready for our work and stuff that doesn't even start till fucking like 9, 10 a.m. Something will happen. Like right in that gap, something I'll fall, I don't know. It's just I take full responsibility and blame, and it's kind of shitty in a way because when people are giving their time and stuff like that, I just want you to know I'm sorry, and I don't mean for it though. And some lives are, as Gina, that we didn't have sound at first, we had to fix that up, but that's out. But to counter that instead of using an excuse, I could have been sitting
Yeah.
here at 7:50 getting it all worked out, but yeah, I try to get these in. I mean, look at her. She's at work right now. Like, like we have lives and stuff. So, I mean, it's hard,
Right.
but we do try like to get it in on time. And Pat, on the weekend, we're going to have to get that solid time down for the talks, but we'll talk. And anyone else out there who hasn't jumped in the chat, jump on in. If you're reading the description, anyone's allowed to jump in. You're welcome on the show. This is an open forum for everyone. This isn't like our channel. This is all of our channels. You can post in the community. It'll never be monetized. And thank you again. We almost got another. I mean, I love how people just keep watching Ozzy. We almost got another 1,000 subscribers in 1 week.
I know.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
So, but I love that though, because it's just showing the love out there though for Oz and the music. And I have something. I have a video coming out. I know I did that live by myself about the last tape the other day, but I have a video tomorrow though on that's dropping. And then I still have. That's a great comment from Pat because it's so true. Oh, I put it up for like 35 seconds on the intro. I know it's true. But it's not me trying to be disrespectful to you, like at all. I just
no.
busy, and if you could people that you shouldn't be doing them. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna be comments late. Then I'm not gonna do them. No, I'm gonna do them. I love doing them. I love the community. All he is rock with newcomers, with Linda, Angela. Appreciate you so much. Everyone is. I remember one time someone said to me, I was freaking out about being late. One of my buddies around here. And about a show, and he's like, dude, like, who cares? Whatever, man. Like, there's probably like one per. I go, I don't care if it's one person giving their time to watch. That means a lot. So, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about numbers and all that type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? I just even with this community we have here that come in the chats, if it stays that way, then it stays that whatever. But of course, we want to, bring in more people. You know what I was thinking about, Gina? I named the channel Into the Void Ozzy Osbourne Tribute.
Yes.
Should have named it Iron Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. Because there's so many Into the Voids too. A Geezer just came out a book with Into the Void and Into the Iron Void Ozzy Osbourne. I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but because it's a pretty good idea, no?
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so we changed it. Maybe we might have to we might be changing the name, folks. But I I think people follow this channel though, because with the Into the Void too as well, though, with the tags and stuff, which is good to get eyes
Right.
on it. And remember, this is an unmonetized channel, so like the only reason why we want subscribers is because it's great though to interview, people out there who know stuff, who are in bands, who are in the now, like Mr. Bob Daisley and other ones out there, Jakey Lee, so many. There people look and they just look at numbers, and that's even like Rick Beato says on his show, and I think that's the best music show on YouTube, but he even says that's what it is. You need subscribers though to get those type of guests for the most
Right.
part.
Right.
The more subscribers we get, the more people who are connected though with Ozzy and Sabbath will be able to have the show.
Yep, I agree.
And don't forget anyone out there too. We're not just looking to talk to musicians and all that. With like anyone, if you're a fan of Ozzy or whatever, I had someone on Instagram. He was playing Into the Void, and I wrote to him, and because he played it great and this and that. And then I told him about the channel. He's like, "Yeah, I'll send some videos over. Anyone out there, send videos over if you want to post it up. That's fine." Again, this is a channel. This is Ozzy's channel. It's not our. It's our channel, but it's also it'll never be monetized. Never. And
I started in the chat room like everyone else.
Yes, she did. You're at Randy's mausoleum. You sent me the pictures.
Right.
And I told you to do it on the community. You emailed me them, but I put them on the community, and then that's how me and Gina met. Just doing this on this. So anyone, if you feel like coming on, and I don't need to be on. I put Pat's whole show up. So, and check that out, Madhouse and Ozzy Tribute. That's up in one of the live sections. The last live I did was about the last Ozzy tape, which I'm dropping a video on that to get my edited type opinion out there, because it's stuff though because I love talking to the chat. But I did that by myself. I never watched myself. I don't know if I was terrible. Was I horrible, Gina? You'll never admit.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, why do you do that to me?
Right. But Ozzy was so big, this will grow organically. Well, that's what I love. And I love that people do exactly. And he'll always be. And that's what this channel is about, Pat. I do have to go. Hopefully when I come back, Sonny, you're supposed to be more Sonny. Silly. You got a wrench. You got made 2 weeks ago, and you're freaking backing out on us. All right, I see how it is. I'm just kidding with you. Have fun. Be safe. And thank you so much, though, for dropping by. And we'll see if we're on when you come back. Thanks, Silly. I like iron. Yeah, I know, Linda. Because, it's the name that Ozzy, though, scraped into his house, though. Then he was thinking of band names, and it's still there on the brick in his house in Aston. And we are sharing your link in our group. What's your group, Linda?
That's cool. I love that.
Thank you very much. And also to what group are you in, though? Because I'll definitely give that a follow and invite some good friends to it, though. A lot of them, though, who would definitely agree with Linda. Thank you, Loomis, for bringing us together here.
Oh, you're welcome.
I look in the studio, I'm talking to people from freaking, a lot of them are from Cali. Then there's people out in the UK, and then there's, a couple of people out in Ireland. Someone came on from
Australia.
Australia.
Cuba, wasn't it Cuba the other day? Where was that? Where was that? The Hispanic gentleman from the other day.
Oh, yeah. I forget. I don't know if I asked him.
I don't remember what he said.
That was the one when I was just on by myself, right?
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah, Linda, definitely let me know, though, what the group is, and I'll definitely check that out and share it and do all that good stuff, though. And now we're going to get to Black Sabbath's Into the Void. Now, unfortunately, we can't play music. Even in this theme song, it's me and my buddy playing because, even though we don't monetize, it ends up, though, sometimes, though, like YouTube will just shut down the show. So we can't risk playing no music on it, which kind of sucks because, we can just do put a track on kind of low and talk about it and stuff like that. But for me, I always say, like, they say metal or they say this or that, but you got to think of the time back then. Now, I wasn't alive. I was born in 81, but
Right.
like just this, the song alone, the name of this channel, and Into the Void just alone is just with all the different riffs. It's like one of the, I believe it's the most like metal song like ever. The lyrics,
Right.
everything, the even the intro, with the slide. Actually, if you go on my
Yeah.
Facebook, yeah, that's the song on my Facebook. Like if you look underneath, always that's the one though that's up. But I mean, start to finish though, I mean I mean, it's absolutely incredible. You got Sweet
Yeah.
Leaf. One of my favorites though on it though is Solitude and obviously Children of the Grave. It's that album like Black Sabbath came out, which was like wow, like which is awesome. I mean, I wasn't alive then,
Right.
but I love it. And then Paranoid comes out, and like you
Right.
said, like this seems like when they like really found their niche because you got to remember they weren't playing this music constantly; they were playing blues. And
Right.
even on that last tape, if you listen to it, though, you even see Ozzy, Randy, and Bob at first. They were just like warming up with bluesy stuff because that's what
Right.
Ozzy and them. That's all they did was blues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the day. So like they were still, doing that style of music, but they like it's not like they got together with that style of music. Like they were playing for a while. They had two band names prior, and Ozzy and Geezer were in the band called the Rare Breed, which is all bluesy and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But yeah, I found out too that last tape, by the way, it's like 30 minutes, but it's more of like rambling though type stuff and all that. And
Yeah.
some singing and stuff like that though. But that was before though they got Lee. It was just that guy. I believe from talking to Bob, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but they rehearsed audition, excuse me, 45 drummers. I believe Lee was the last one, so that guy must have been like one of the drummers. And then he found that tape, and then you see the big deal. And then
Gotcha.
you see the huge deal they're making. And which David said, well, it's no mask, it's no whatever, but Bob's got the Holy Grail tapes, but it's 7 hours. So
Right.
let's
Right.
hopefully they come out though one day. But going now to um Master of Reality. Gina, I know you're more like what are you more Ozzy solo or Sabbath?
Ozzy solo.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
but
because my 11 when it was Blizzard and Diary, you know,
yeah.
11, 12. I mean, that's pretty huge for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you and also too, I mean, we can't help though what we ought to hear, I mean, of course, I first listened. Actually, I first heard Sabbath though before Ozzy. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What I heard was Mr. Crowley, the intro, and then my folks had Paranoid and Sabbath. No, Volume 9. That's what it was. Yeah, they had those two albums, but they didn't like it because this is back in what 85, 86 or whatever. But they didn't have any of they didn't have like Diary or that
Right.
Blizzard, but they had Sabbath. So like, I just started to like listen to Notice Sabbath, and then but then I met my buddy Peach, and he's the one that really got me into Ozzy. Because I just thought it was all like Ozzy at first, like you know what I mean? Because
Right. Right.
Ozzy as a kid, if you were born like when I was born, he was like what's the word I'm looking for? The mystique of him, like the
Yeah.
whole like Ozzy, like bit the head of a bat, like the even the looks of the album, like he had that Bark at the Moon, like he had this like
Mhm.
mystique and like biting the heads off doves, like when he went in for the fucking when he sat on the lady's lap and doing crazy shit. And so like
Right.
it was almost like as a kid, you looked at him like he was like not a yeah, well, you could say a character, of course, but and he even says that in Speak of the Devil. He's like, when I'm
Yeah.
Ozzy on stage, I'm Ozzy. When I'm off, when I'm John. But uh
Right.
it's like I'm saying though, so like every time I heard that voice, it was just like I always say, I could hear him singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it's just something with his voice, and everything's subjective, I know, but I just fucking love it, and I can listen
Right.
to anything with it though. But when you have riffs coming behind from Tony Iommi and Geezer
Yeah.
Butler, and these
Yeah.
riffs though, like Into the Void alone, like by You know, a lot of people say, like, who invented like metal, or like if you had to say though anyone, it's definitely them because of the
Oh yeah.
consistency. Yes, Purple had a lot of songs that were, and I mean, I love Richie Blackmore, and
Yeah.
I love Deep Purple, but I'm saying that, and Sabbath didn't even say to themselves, "Oh, we're metal." I think it was accidentally. I think it's from Tony's fingers. They had tuned down a C sharp, and so he could play. And then he had those things
Right.
on his fingers, what give him that tone. And it's just so. This album here, it has like that sluggish rock that with that geezer's filling his Tony's riffs, and even just I mean, how many riffs that guy just came up with? It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
it is. I mean, he's really the riff master. I mean, like, and then some of these bands you look back on and you just wonder, like, I mean, like, was this like a god type thing? Like, meaning, like, because his whole story, Tony's was, he was going to work. He worked he was a
Right.
welder. And then he had one more day and he told his mom, I'm not going, because he wanted to be a professional musician, guitarist. She goes, no, you finish, don't just leave. He goes in. So they put him on a different machine for the last day. And then boom, that happens to his fingers. And then he does that. He finds out about Django Reinhardt, gets inspired, gets those thing, and then boom, this happens. It's like, and if that didn't happen, like, it's just so fucking crazy how shit, like, when you look back on it, like how
Right. Right.
it's like a meant to be type thing. And what's beautiful
And
about this band is that they're all from like the same area. It wasn't like talent scouts.
right.
They're all the
Right.
same tough area. But go ahead, Gina. I'm running my mouth like a madman.
Every genre of metal since Black Sabbath and Ozzy solo has to give. They all give Ozzy credit. Well, they all give Ozzy credit because, like, this album was big in is very instrumental in grunge music as far as grunge went, and
Oh,
that
well, but
time
100%. I mean, Kurt
huge.
Cobain though even said that though, and 100%.
Right.
And then Ozzy said that Nirvana is like a
Right.
mix of the Beatles and Sabbath.
Right. Right. Right.
You're
Very
dead on.
huge.
Absolutely. And so many others. Like, you could even argue though that Paranoid in a way is punk rockish. I mean, like, cause just it's
Yeah. Very
fast. It's,
good.
like anyone that's like, obviously Metallica, those who trash metal, all that type of stuff, and all the tree of all of it is Sabbath.
Right.
And then the funny thing is, like, they never consider themselves metal. They're like, no, we're just hard rock. Like, that's they're like trying to play, but no, like it's just the consistency of it. Yes, other bands have songs that you could consider sound metal and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but the consistency, like this fucking
Right.
album here, is just it's a heavy album,
It
very
is.
very heavy album, and I don't know. I love it. I absolutely, I love it. Everything about it. That's why the color of these channels are purple and black. That's why my
Right.
atmosphere behind me is purple. Is that on? Yeah, but yeah, no, that's my album right there. And obviously with after he left Sabbath, my two are obviously Blizzard and Diary. But
Right.
we but go ahead, you talk.
Well, what's your favorite song? Well, let's say what's your first favorite song from this album?
Into the Void or Solitude. Yeah, Into the Void. I'd have to say, even though I heard that 1,000,000 times now by now, but like, yeah, without a
Agree.
doubt, there's so many
I
different
yeah.
changes in it, and I don't know. I'm just like fucking picturing them sitting in a studio, like sitting in a fucking studio or a practice space, and just like writing that with all the different like. It's fucking amazing. It's just, I just think it's one of the
Great
ultimate
song.
metal songs of all time, hands
Right.
down. And
Right.
this album is like, one of the ultimate metal albums of all time that considered that. But yet those guys are like, what's metal? It's all like what people think. But I mean, if we're gonna
Right.
put genres up and stuff like that, though, this album is absolutely it's a
Right.
mix of hard rock and metal, without a doubt.
Right. Right. Definitely. I like Sweet Leaf too, and then
I love it. Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's
Children
great.
of the Grave. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all
start
good.
that. Like that's
It's a
the
great
first
album.
year that album. You put it in. First album, the lightning and fucking rain, and And
Yeah.
then the second album starts with what does this does Paranoid start with War Pigs?
No.
No, wait.
Starts
What
with,
song starts on Paranoid? Why can't I think? I should know this.
hold on, I got it.
I got it.
It does start with War Pigs.
Yeah, I thought so.
It
So it
does.
started,
Sirens,
if they
the
first
hair
come out,
raid.
you put that first album in, you hear the rain, and it's just down G, G, E flat, fucking the tritone, and just so dark and so risky at that time. Then the next first one you hear is War Pigs, which is incredible. And then the first one though you hear on this Sweet
Yeah.
Leaf, which more gives you an
An
understanding of
air
like,
raid
who these guys
siren.
like who these guys are and stuff like that. And Sweet
Yeah.
Leaf's great, and Snowblind's like another one that's like Sweet Leaf, but
Yeah.
Snowblind's not on this album. But
Yeah.
that's another one of my favorite Sabbath songs, and not just because it's about cocaine or whatever, no, but just like the change, like when he's like, "My eyes." Well, when we get to that, we'll talk about that. But that's
Yeah.
not on this album. But Pat, anyone out there, let us know what you guys love on this, and ladies love on this album.
Yeah,
And
let's ask them. I'm sure someone's left some kind of comment about it.
yeah, you know what?
I need to fix that
Fix what?
comment thing. I gotta figure out a way to do this.
Well, yeah, my thing in the back broke, which sucks. But I have my big Kindle here. I have another laptop, but maybe I'll just send it to you. Fuck, you need a laptop, right?
I do, but no, my dad. I think I'm gonna get one.
I'll just send it to you. Oh wow! Look at thank you everyone for hitting that like button and sharing. Really
Oh yeah,
appreciate it. It definitely helps.
much
And
appreciated.
spread the word. And I'm just putting we are live in the post section on YouTube. And there we go. And just let me put those tags.
Yeah, we listened to this. My dad used to listen to this when I was growing up and when I was young. But you know, when you're little, you don't retain a bunch of stuff. You're just, you're little.
Yeah, 100%. But like, see, I wasn't around though. Like when they say, like, so, like Paul McCartney always says, well, doesn't always say, it's the same interview, but that like he's like, for people who weren't born back then, because like there was a lot of heavy music out by the time I was around doing my thing. But my point
Right.
though being though is like when you were born back then and like the Beatles came out and you hear Purple and all those bands, and then you hear Sabbath though come out, it was very different though. Very different.
Big time. Yeah, big time different. Yeah. It's different
And
than what I was used to watching. I was the Eagles and I mean, rock bands,
Yeah. And then but my dad was a big band drummer. Music was always in my house. Yeah, he's the first one that saw the double pedal, which is crazy. I'm
Yeah.
still a pothead. I got a tattoo skull on my left arm with 420 under the skull. You guys are fun. This community's funny. Anything about Sabbath? You're funny, Gracie.
Yeah, as long as it's 20 after, I'm sure it's 420 somewhere.
So Linda, though. Oh, Linda, did you answer what I asked before?
It was just 4 guys. He was proud of that.
What her Ozzy's voice is very unique. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to see what channel she has, her page. My mother wouldn't buy me. Well, Linda, if you hear me, because you said we are sharing your link in our group. What is your group, if you don't mind? Is like a Facebook book group or Instagram or what?
Or is it this? No.
Oh, whatever. I mean, my dad, yeah, I already got that. That's what I was saying. Just 4 Birmingham boys, though. And the way how they all got together, it's funny. It's a funny story, and that alone deserves a movie. You know, each character could be a movie. I mean, Tony, like, growing up and losing his fingers and then just, pretty much starting freaking The Sound of Metal. With Ozzy's, like, back then people would be like, "That's like what the devil sounds like," even
Yeah.
though they weren't, like, saying it or stuff like that, but, just, just completely freaking awesome. I guess, we're not gonna find out what the group is, but, I think she might be talking about our group.
Maybe.
Here, Linda, how about this? Oh, no, I gotta do it like this.
If there's a channel, we'll share it.
No, but watch this. Boom. Bam. Linda is now a moderator.
There you go.
Linda, you got a wrench. If you don't want it, you don't need to accept it.
Perfect.
And that just means if any wrenches are pretty much, though, you just have access to tell people to go fuck themselves. And, well, no, just, if people come in and just, run amok. But, yeah, so, and also this album, though, like, whenever I see Sabbath live, though, like these songs, though, that are on it, or like, well, Into the Void live is just fucking incredible. It's always like, if you watch the end, even though Bill Ward wasn't there, I went to that show in Jersey, and everything's like slowed down like a little bit, and but it sounds fucking awesome. Like, there's a version of Into the Void on the end CD, and it's definitely, it's almost like, Mr. Crowley, the version of Crowley where we actually see Randy. They're in like that blue room. He has that guitar. Yeah, that's slowed down to the tempo of it on the album as well too. But yeah, I just like the Last Supper, Black Sabbath. They just, like, how they explain, like, how they wrote these songs and all that, that's Black Sabbath Reunion, the double CD. But the DVD, though, they should definitely, though, make a version, though, where we can just have the whole concert play and watch, because, like, they'll start the song, Into the Void will start, and then a square will come up, and it'll be Bill Ward, Ozzy, Geezer, or Bill, and they'll talk about, like, how this came about, how NIB came about, all that type of, which is great. It's great. I just like, though, full, though, concerts, though, as well. Facebook group. Oh, well, Linda, what's the name of it? Is there any way we could support it or no? Is it like an Ozzy one? Also, folks, this channel, because I barely posted on it for a while, but Into the Void Ozzy Osbourne Tribute is also on with the same logo on Instagram. It's on Facebook. I didn't start posting on that, though, yet, because I run so many channels and run channels for other people. So I'm just trying to get everything. But with Instagram, you could link up like certain ones together so I could do it. So, but this channel, I'm starting to get going on Instagram as well. So if you want to give a follow over there, if you're on Instagram. But here we go with Kilo, my man.
Kilo.
How come, though, I guess on the phone it comes in quicker? Because I don't even see the comments. All Ozzy, no. My dad. Oh, you know what I got to do, Gina? Hold on.
Okay.
1 second. I got to.
He'll be back.
Oh, no.
I'm here.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Hold on. Why am I not allowed to get? I'll be right back. Hold it down.
Okay. I can't see any comments, but I'll hold it down the best that I can. Oh, Patrick, you coming on Saturdays, Sundays? And Baz, you've been working hard lately. There you are.
I'm nervous. Oh my God, I'm by myself. It's different though by yourself, right?
Well, yeah, because when you don't have comments, what the hell do you talk about?
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, you talk about
I know, we're not
Ozzy,
scripted.
Sabbath. you could just go on your little rant about Ozzy, Sabbath, whatever you want. But also too, oh yeah, because you're using your phone. That's right.
Right, right.
You don't have one of these, right?
Uh-uh.
What was I gonna say? Well, you'll get a laptop. Don't worry, in time. I
Yeah,
have one.
I'm working on it.
But what I'm saying though is for your phone though, I mean it doesn't look bad. You don't sound bad or anything though like that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
mic'd in, but it doesn't sound bad. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Laughing my ass off. Wait, Kilo, I was a big on Motown where like Patrick. If I had shoes, oh here we go. Yeah, wait, we'll start here. Kilo, my folks were around then. They were into the Temptations and older bands. Never got into Sabbath. But I saw something else I thought you wrote about Sabbath. Let me see. Metallica, Cliff 'em All. Was a little late in the game. Went through the death metal scene a bit before checking Ozzy out.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all had our own journeys, you know. And
yeah.
I listen to rock music too and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. And listen to Ozzy and and play it and stuff. But for like when I'm working on stuff or whatever, now I just listen to more like classical music and like the older you get, and like it makes me feel like I'm like in a movie or something. It's just weird. Or like cello, just like relaxing type music. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I still blare some tunes, but not when you're younger. It just seems like you blare tunes a lot louder.
When I was
Constantly.
younger, I was more stubborn as to what genre I'd listen to. Now
Oh,
that
I
I'm
was so
older, I'm way more open to all different kinds of genres, except for the rap and, well, I mean, that's about it right now.
I was so close-minded. For me, it was
Yeah,
Floyd, Ozzy, Sabbath, Typo
yeah,
Negative, and freaking like a couple other like some grunge bands. But because I was what you were in the 80s, I was then in the 90s, right?
right, right,
So
right.
yeah, so that was actually my first CD I ever got, because CDs came out in what year did they come out? What, 1992,
I don't know.
3? I remember Nirvana's Nevermind. I remember. I got that. I got Pink Floyd The Wall. How about I just found the freaking, not to go off topic though, the vinyl of Pink Floyd The Wall, like the
Mhm.
sleeve for it, with on the back though that has like the radio thing that this thing's worth lots of money, and
Right.
there's only one of the vinyl in it. I can't find the other one, and it's
Oh,
oh yeah, no, it's yeah. Oh,
yeah,
Gina, I have things that I could have. My buddy Flannery had 4 Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, and Pat on Valuetainment just sold one of his for 2.6 million. His buddy
right.
Dave, rest his soul, my best friend, I have him tattooed on my back. Uh, Flannery, he stole his Wayne Gretzky cards for a bag of weed and some beers, and all 4 of them together are worth over $10 million.
Jeez, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's a tough one, you know. I'm sure
Yeah.
the comic books too. I gotta look through like all old stuff though, but let's get back on track. Um, Princess of Darkness, Princess of Darkness, Diary of a Mad Woman. We have a lot of men. Oh yeah, that's I like the name. We'll check it out right now. I'll put the link in the if you don't mind. We check it out. Princess of Darkness.
Princesses of darkness.
Princesses. Good call, G. Good call.
Uh-huh.
Princesses of Dark
Darkness. Diary of a Mad Woman. EN.
Diary
Plural. Yes.
of that's all one word, Mad Woman.
IAD. It doesn't look like
Yes,
one
it's
word.
connected. Yes,
Okay.
Mad Woman. Diary of a Mad Woman. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. Princess of Darkness, Diary, Mika. A Diary of a Mad Woman, FYP. Mika? No. I got nothing. Why would I have nothing? That's so weird.
I can't. If I If I try, I'll be out of the studio, so I can't do anything.
No, you're good. What I'm going to do
Yeah.
is maybe because I checked in the reels section. Let me check this
Yeah.
now. Paste. Oh, let's see. Princess of like found it. Join group. Nice. I just tried to join just so you know. And what I'll do is share, copy link. I'm going to rock and roll where we're at. And then I'm going to put Linda's Ozzy group. That's what we do here. All right. So paste that up. Bing, bang, bada, boom. Nice. There's the link, folks, on the bottom there. And awesome. Yeah, and this page too, I got on like I said, on Instagram. If anyone's on Instagram, you'll find that I just started it up. But I have it connected though to my other page as well, though. But and it goes on to my normal Facebook though, too. But I don't know why comments here are different than on the phone. I guess the time difference. Metal has a power and energy behind it that other genres can't match. Yeah, it's you know, there's different type of it though, because then you have Priest that came out and Iron Maiden and with that sound and stuff, which wasn't like Sabbathy, like boom, 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 but then Sabbath kind of almost like went that type of route, I believe, with Dio. Like it was more of like an arena rock sound as opposed to their little sludgy riffs with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Dio's unbelievable and Rainbow and all that. Like, don't get me wrong, but for me personally, and it's all subjective, but personally, I just always believe Black Sabbath is the original 4 members from Birmingham. But I mean, Heaven and Hell is incredible. Don't get me wrong, but we could go to a whole other thing though with the bottom. I mean, I'm trying to stand the album, and I was just gonna be like, imagine though, like Ozzy though, like getting fired, and like all the members of Sabbath they're playing, and then all of a sudden, boom, he comes out and explodes. They're probably like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like they got to, success is the best revenge, even though they were cool and stuff like that in the end and stuff. And by him becoming as popular as he did, it actually made Sabbath even bigger. So
yeah, I agree.
A lot of people think because when they reunited in 1997. That's right. Yeah. I put 61 Mickey Mantle cards in my bike spokes. Oh, Pat, never even tell me that. Why don't you use a can? Yeah, it's great, Angela. I just hit join, so hopefully you accept me. Diary of a Mad Woman. A Diary of Mad Women. I like it. And speaking of album, taking a 1 second break for a little clip though, but the idea and the strings and everything behind it and all that though, I'll play this clip.
By Carl Orff, this piece called Carmina Burana, and I just gave Lou Clark a tape of Carmina Burana, and I said, for Diary of a Madman, just think Carmina Burana, and that's what he did, and that's why Diary of a Madman sounds like it does, because of the influence of Carmina Burana with the choirs and the strings and that.
Yeah, but I mean, was there a Johnny Cook out there?
Johnny Cook played keyboards on Diary of a Madman.
Yes. Yeah.
He was the keyboardist. Don Airey didn't play on Diary of a Madman.
Yeah.
Don Airey did. He was like a guest.
So, yeah, I just want to show a little clip there, though. We have that interview up already. And then his other interview that I just did, though, will be out, though, hopefully, though, by the end of the week, though, if I get to it, though, because getting this fucking trailer done is that's why once the trailer's done, Gina, for this documentary that we're all done, that's totally signed from this, I'll be on time, folks. All right, Pat?
Right.
And for anyone new who watches these lives, we just, we have topics and stuff like that, but we we also don't just have fun and talk to the chat and, all that type of stuff. There's going to be a lot more videos that are going to be topic oriented. But, me and Gina don't like to just come on and talk about those certain albums. We did know Blizzard, Diary, Bark at the Moon, Ultimate Sin, and then that's when we jump to Black Sabbath,
Mhm.
Paranoid. Now
And
we're
then
on Master.
we'll go back to, we'll start back with Ultimate Sin and then go back to the end of
Yeah,
Ozzy.
or I don't know, because it was like the beginning when we started that, and now like we have. I want to make a playlist and everything. I might just maybe just go right back and do them all
Keep
again.
going. Okay.
Yeah, Blizzard and Diary. I mean, those are ones that you could just talk forever about them, like with the backstories and the history and all that.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's
Yeah.
backstories and stuff with this though, but like there's more like meaning like on file, if to so to say, like this happened during the recording of Blizzard.
Mhm.
There's more
Yeah.
stories of that out there than like this happened during Master of Reality. Even though no, I mean, there is a documentary up though on Master Reality, and but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
and you can't touch those two albums. I mean,
Yeah.
and they were like when those two albums came out, that's like when disco and all that stuff was big. They weren't trying to sound like anything, but just what they were playing and
Right.
what they came up with was unbelievable, from Sabbath to that, and his voice is so unique that even though Randy is a completely different player than Tony Iommi, you could still though mix Sabbath songs in like they did on the tribute and all that. Randy didn't like that
Yeah. I know.
and I
Yeah.
hear him, because in Randy's eyes, he's like, dude, they fired you. Fuck them. Like let's play our stuff, But
Yeah.
in the beginning, well, when they just had Blizzard, though, they had to do a few of them, and then Diary then comes like right out, and then man, it just sucks though what happened to him. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks. 25 fucking
Business.
years. 25 years old. But going back to the Sabbath, what I love about like an Iommi's right. So when the 80s hit, you get all these guitar players who play real fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But they're just showing you like how quick they could hit notes. Like when Randy plays real fast, you could still hum his solos. Like that's how
Right.
good he was. He's not just
Right.
trying to, but there's a lot of other guitarists out there. But Iommi's solos, though, yeah, he hit some notes quick at times, or even like a David Gilmour from Floyd. He doesn't play fast, but it's all about, and Sabbath proves it. Sometimes less is more. Like those riffs are
Right.
very basic. It's not the most complex stuff if you're a musician, though, to learn and play, but it's just that sound and chemistry that they had all together. And yeah, I mean, I fucking love it, And I remember when I was working at Center City Recovery, there was I can't say his name over no HIPAA laws though, but there was a very professional jazz musician there, and he's a drummer, but he's also like real good at guitar, his acoustic guitar there. And it was when Sabbath came out with it was like a year or two after actually when they came out with 13, and God Is Dead came on, and he's like, he just immediately started doing the riff real quick and stuff, because it isn't like our stuff, but he was like, this is fucking awesome. Like he's saying, no, like I thought he was going to be like, oh, this is basic or whatever. But I go, even though it's like basic for him, he said what's incredible about it is writing it. You know what I mean? For example, when I played piano, I was able to, it just came natural to me, like not like natural playing good, but I didn't slap on the keys. Then I took lessons for 2 years, learned like the classical, major, minor, harmonic, triads, all that stuff. And then got together with like, some real good musicians, and we studied theory together, like through a book called The Guitar Grimoire and all that stuff. But what I'm saying though is I'm losing my mind again, Gina. I didn't lose it once though yet.
You were talking about creating music. How when you write the music.
Oh, yeah. So, for example, one time, I was playing just something, and that me and my buddies though wrote together. Me and Gina Jansen from the one interview, and I was playing something that me and him wrote, and this other guy who was like, because they're at a restaurant, he's playing fucking Chopin like a madman. He's reading the music out, but I mean, and that shit's not easy to play, and it's definitely advanced. And I just started I didn't want to go and sit down and play any of my own stuff because he was just playing Chopin or whatever, but I just started playing like, and he was hanging out, he was like, what's that? And I was just like, oh, and then I told him I wrote it, and then he would sit down though with me, and then he would show me a jazz thing to put over it, but he was like saying to me, he's like, how do you like write though like that? Like it blows my mind that people don't write like or can't write that could still play like crazy. I
Right.
don't know why. You know, and
Right.
I'm not saying like, oh, I read Masterpiece or anything like that, though, but like for the film score and stuff like that, like I don't know. I
Right.
think that's the best way to learn. I used to speak to kids in schools and tell them to learn like theory, because what happens when you take lessons in music, it all depends who your teacher is, but this happens a lot with piano. They're going to teach you how to read the music. You're going to go to your recitals, and they're going to teach you your scales, your natural minors, and your harmonic minors, and your triads, and minor chords and major chords, and all that type of stuff, and different techniques. But you're going to get so locked into that I just believe that then you're just memorizing. I
Right.
think the best way to learn is like, once you learn at least a good foundation of what the chord scales are, and your basic
Mhm.
pentatonic scales and melodic minors and stuff like that. And then you could just write like your own stuff instead of being stuck on
Right.
still great that people could do that. I'm not saying that, but yeah, I don't know. I just like to hear people write music. And I just think that's
Right.
the way that I always wanted to teach, like it for beginners, for like kids to teach them like just the basic type of notes and then tell them to fucking study the fuck out of theory.
Right. 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 Makes
But
sense.
anyway, let's get to some comments. We also battle to get off topic tons of times on this channel. So
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to deal with it or swipe away. What's up,
That's
Matt?
what we
My
do.
man.
Hey,
Love you,
Matt.
my man. Thanks for being here.
Love you, Matt.
Appreciate you. Randy adjusted his playing the Ozzy's vocals. Ozzy didn't have that with Sabbath. Yeah, and also too, Ozzy had to like stand on like the side page, stage, stuff like that, and like really wasn't able to you know do what he was able to do once he
Right.
started playing though with Bob Lee and Randy, because then it became like his thing and stuff. But if you watch a lot of Sabbath shows, you'll notice he'll be over like on the right of the stage. And I mean, that must have been ego at the time. They're young, that's like people always judge, like, oh, they even do, they're fucking in their 20s. Like, a lot of people talk shit on, like, let's say a Phil Anselmo for Pantera and stuff. And like, and I understand because I was an addict and stuff, but you look
Mhm.
back and it's so easy though for people to just, shout from a distance and type, like, because we all live perfect lives, right, Gina? But
Right.
you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
these guys and these band stories that we're talking about. These guys were kids, basically,
Mhm. Yeah.
kids with a key to every city to do whatever they want.
Right.
So you want to judge by how they act behavior-wise? Well, then I hope your closet's fucking clean. Seriously, a
I
lot of
doubt it.
people don't fucking do that, and it's like, it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. If there's something that I did and someone else, I'm not gonna fucking be. Some people do that to feel better about themselves because they're like, oh, I'm not the
Right.
only one, but they'll still talk shit.
Mhm.
Just the world moving. I left with Ozzy. So yeah, and Linda, so you were alive back then. You were born before me. So then once Ozzy left, see, that's what I wish because I know they weren't as big as like they were uh afterwards, like in 97. Like, and I know they played at Live Aid together, but like they reunited in 97 and
Mhm.
legitimately started touring, and I got to see him and it was fucking great with Bill Ward. But and the end tour, but that was just Geezer, Bill, and Oz. Not Bill, excuse me, Tony. But and then though they got the finish though with Bill Ward, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
But which, because even like if you look up Black Sabbath pictures, a lot of them are just it'll just be Geezer, Tony, and Ozzy because of their photo shoot from their album that they had from this, because they didn't play, the last day they played was in the 70s. I mean, wrote something together, meaning album wise.
Right.
But it's just great though to see Bill though fucking there. And so that was when Ozzy finally made it out there. And I
Yeah.
didn't realize when he made it out there that his show was like 5 days later, 4 days later, if that. He did some rehearsals and then he did a Comic-Con right after it.
Mhm.
And then sadly, we all know what happened. But yeah, got to see the 2 sets though too, which was, I mean, Tony Iommi says it best. Fair play to him. He fucking did it. And he was hurting. And they even said during his rehearsals, Tony Iommi, after he passed away, he's like, he didn't look good in the rehearsals. Like usually he's laughing and all that. You could tell he's like getting faint and very frail and stuff. And But then he's like, but he fucking did it. He's like, fair play, fair dude, fair play,
Right.
and he did it. And
Right.
you could tell if you watch Sharon on the side of the stage, she's like this the whole time, freaking out.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the doctors told him, I don't know if you saw that, they said if you do this show, you're gonna die. That's what they
Right.
said. Honestly, I was at first where the doctor said because of his heart and everything. And he's like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's living it all the way to the end. I mean, that's being as real as I mean, you're gonna die if you do this. Okay. And he does it.
But he worked so hard to get there, and
I
he
know.
just was doing it for not only him, more for us. And we gotta love him for that, because if this hadn't all been put together and none of this would happen, I'm sure we'd be feeling the loss a little bit different than we are today. You know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I was
Yeah.
just shocked. I started this page because of the retirement, and
Right.
then
Right.
all of a sudden he dies 2 days later. I'm like, what the
Right.
fuck? It's
Right.
terrible.
Go figure.
You guys are
Crazy.
approved and good to go. Linda, I got you all. Awesome. Jump
Cool.
over. I got to give you
I'm
access
gonna
to
go
the
get it.
Instagram one, Gina, so me and you can both run it. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we have an Instagram too that just started pretty much if you want to check that out. But thank you very much. And we will check that page out. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. Right on.
Patrick's in there. Yeah, guys, the link's in there. I tried to, Gracie too. Gracie's the shit.
Yep.
Let me
Get
see.
Gracie in.
I just don't have though the actual there it is. Linda's Ozzy Grew. So it's Diary of Mad Women. And so Gracie is also part of this community and all that too as well. Linda, just so you know, if you see her name. Kilo Dio is okay. Like him better with Rainbow. Yeah, Rainbow
Yeah.
was great. With Richie Blackmore. Bob is in Rainbow too. And didn't know they got towards like the end, like afterwards, it just got a little like, but Rainbow with Dio, Richie, I think those years they were fantastic. And then Richie
Yeah.
went to do now he does like medieval type
Yeah.
yeah, I don't mind. I like it, you know what I mean? But I mean, this guy though was like is one of the best guitar players, hands down.
Yep.
I mean, I know everyone
Guaranteed.
says like Hendrix and stuff, but I mean, you take him, you take Gary Moore, you take oh my God, Mark Knock. I can never say his name right. Mark Kopleff or
Yeah.
damn. How do you
Mhm.
say? I know he's a phenomenal guitarist. I know so many of them, but I'm just saying though, from back in those days though, and
What about
Blackmore,
Bonamassa?
I'll take Blackmore over Page any day. That's just me, though. I know people are gonna be like, "What?" But that's just me, and I like his attitude, Richie Blackmore's attitude. He's like, "You don't give a
Yeah.
fuck." He'll tell you, "Get the fuck away from me." He's
Is it
he's an alpha type, and he even says that, and that's why him and the lead singer, like, they just never were like they were never him and Ian couldn't get back together because they just both had that alpha though type though mentality. But John
Yeah.
Lord though on keyboards though, forget about it. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, he's so good. And that's what I love though is the keyboards. And Richie never really played. Yeah, he never played though like with another rhythm guitarist though, but he always loved playing with keyboardists. But he
Right.
was always like, when you hear per, it's just him. And there's an interview of him saying to a guy, and the guy fucking I think believes him. He's telling him "Smoke on the Water." It's from
Mhm.
Beethoven's "Da-na-na-na." He goes,
Yeah.
but backwards, and that's where and the interviewer's like, "So you're telling me he's fucking with them the whole time?"
I know.
Oh, it was
It's
great.
hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Thanks for approving us, ladies.
Yeah. I'll get on that as soon as I'm out of here.
Happy that you found us too. I just found out my friend and Madhouse follower came to all the shows, just passed away. Pat, sorry to hear it, buddy.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm so sorry, Patrick. I am very sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Pat. That sucks. God, it's always fucking bad news. This past fucking dude, constant bad fucking news. Bad news,
I
bad
know.
news, bad news.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm ready for all the whatever, whatever.
Humbling to be a fan. Yep. No, I
Yeah.
mean, sucks. It just sucks. You just sorry to hear, Pat. And prayers go out to his family and loved ones. Sorry, buddy. So any news came from magazines which were about 2 months behind? I must have missed
Back
something.
in the day, I'm sure that's what she's talking about.
Oh, when they fired Ozzy, we didn't have I know, that's why it's, like, crazy. Well, plus, though, I mean,
Right.
even when I was growing up, though, there was no internet, but at least, though, there was MTV. So when yous were growing up, too, though, there was no MTV. Yous had to find out
No.
about shows. They
Yeah.
were like, yeah.
We had to wait for the magazines to come out every month.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't guaranteed you were going to find out anything, or that it was true.
Oh, awesome. Thanks,
Cool.
Linda. And then, but you see Loomis show or Eric and Perluke that's connected to every one of them. No, that's
Right.
like my private one. But Ozzy one, though, I just start trying to get going, though. But shit, like 5 or 6 pages on Instagram that I run, though. But 2 of them aren't mine. Other than I run 3 on Facebook. Because these actors, though, Gina, like they get these reels made and they pay like $1,200 for like a reel. And I
Right.
can make them like 40 fucking seconds and fucking charge them
Right.
fucking, you know what I mean? Half that,
Yeah.
but even less than that, a quarter of that.
Right.
And it's nice. Plus, I have an LLC too for Loomis Show Productions LLC, so I'm good.
Right. Right.
I used to call our local DJ.
Right. Very true. Very,
Yep.
very true.
I remember me. Now, I'm not, I'm younger, but I remember to get a lot of music. And I used to tell the guy when I'd call to play Crowley, I'd tell him, stop fucking telling us about fucking Van Scoy Jewelers during the keyboard intro. Like the keyboard intro be playing, and he's still like, and if you want Van Scoy, you want no, here's Ozzy. And then it goes right. So I told him, I'm requesting Mr. Crowley, shut up during the
Right.
keyboards.
Right. Right.
And he didn't. He did for thank God, it does 2, it goes around twice. But he did. He talked during the first one, and then when it went dun, 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 so then I got that. But then he hit play and record on the blank tapes. I still have a shitload of them.
Right.
And that's how I would get songs and stuff.
That's how I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, and and if you didn't call in, they would have certain nights, like, I remember Rock 107, like, or 2 for Tuesday, where, you get 2 songs from a band. So, like, bang, you hit record. The first song he would fuck up because he has to keep telling everyone that he's there and everything. But the second one, though, would just fall in. I got a lot of my music from blank tapes in the beginning. And then
Yeah.
then when I started like going like up to the mall, like my friends doing all that type of stuff, then I just started purchasing tapes. Like I started out though with tapes and vinyl.
Yeah.
The CDs weren't out. They didn't come out till 92. But
I never even got the CDs. I stopped at tapes. And that was it.
When Gina, not Gina, excuse me, when Victrola put up the post about RIP MTV, at first I was like, yeah, but it turned into blah, blah, but yeah, it turned into that. But then she had fantastic counter those being like, yeah, but think about like from back in the day, like without it. And that was like my whole childhood,
Right.
every morning before school, there were always music videos on, always.
Yep.
And then I'd come home for lunch in grade school because it was right up the hill, and it would still music videos on. And then over the weekend, we had Headbangers Ball, Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah.
There was everything. And it was just fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it was
big.
What happened
really
was
big.
they did the realities, they did the Ozzy show, and they never had viewership like that in their life. That show is gigantic. But then though, they just tried staying to do shows like that, and they didn't. What they didn't realize though is that you can't just do any reality show people and expect it to be as big as whatever. You know what I mean? Ozzy's was one of a kind.
Right.
You're not gonna. But I could see why they tried doing that. but I believe, that show is like the first, like that's another thing with him. He's like a pioneer in reality TV, even though the real
Right.
world was out and stuff, but
Right.
crazy.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm going to have to get going back to work, Loomis.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, you're
very
at work.
sorry.
Why are you
Yeah.
sorry?
Well, I just feel bad leaving everyone because I know everyone anticipates this every week, but you know,
Well, what are you
sure they
talking about? You
understand.
made it.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Very
made it. You're
true.
good. So, you don't need to apologize.
Next
And
week, what's next week?
next week is
I don't have my.
you want to do it? Do you want to go back to an Ozzy one, or do you want to do like do you want to flip flop like we were doing, or no?
No, let's just stick to this, and then we'll just work our way back to the Ozzy solos.
So you want to go
So
all the way up, all the way until the last one that Ozzy was on, and then go to his solos.
absolutely, yeah, let's do that. We might as well.
So that means then we would end. So yeah, we're not going to do like the end or anything like that or past lives because they're more uh like best ofs and stuff like that though. So then we
Yeah,
would end it at never say die. And then what we do is after we do we could do Ozzy, and then when we get up to like the 2013 area, then we could do Sabbath 13 when they came back.
yeah,
And but yeah. So
good
then what we'll
idea.
do then is that's what you want to do?
Yeah,
Pat, we're almost at
yeah,
your album too. So we're at volume 4, and then we'll do so next week's volume 4, and then we'll do Sabotage after.
yep. Sounds good.
And then we'll just do 13. And I can't wait till we do 13 because they weren't really like invited. Like there's a good backstory to that because that's like when they got together and Rick Rubin though did it and stuff. So
Mhm.
like that. Yeah, Gina, I'm gonna hang out though probably just for like 10 more minutes if you don't
That's
mind.
fine. That's fine. I'll see you guys next week and have a good week, everyone. Stay out of trouble. I'm
All
just
right,
gonna
love
back
you. I'll
out.
talk to you. I'll
Love,
talk to you, G.
all right, love you guys. Bye.
Later. Huh. Miss Gina in the house. Fucking late is killing me. But now for this, I'm gonna stay up for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna talk to the chat. So basically, like I said, with these albums and stuff, it's like a good topic thing to throw down. But like, we always just like when I tried doing the last tapes the other day, and I love though talking like to the chat. So anymore, if I'm gonna try to get like a point out about something, I'll make videos. And because we need to start dropping more videos. I believe there's only like 10 or 11 videos on this channel. I mean, there's tons of shorts, but need to get more videos and a lot of lives. I'm still fucking online. Hold on. 1 second. Call when this ends. And then let me just, sorry, folks. Share message. Boom. All right. All right. Back at it. Let's see what we got. Pat, volume 4 next week. Absolutely, my man. That'll be a good one. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you being here. Hell yeah, Headbangers Ball all night. Yep. Shout out to my man Dave Hardy. He what was I gonna say? I'd stay over his house. He's the one that got me into music, and he that's stay over his place and watch Headbangers Ball. And without that, like, yeah, that's what I got to remember though. Like, all you use, like, you got to wait for magazines and stuff like that. And yeah, I didn't have internet or nothing though, but MTV definitely was a big help. What the hell am I trying to do here? I was just gonna. Fuck off. Grace, I just go on. I just see fuck off, asshole. Nice. I don't see you following on. Oh no, am I on the Ozzy page? Yeah, I'm on the Ozzy page. The Instagram. You know what? I'll put the link in the. I'll put both links. Oh no, I'm in the. Excuse me, sorry. I'm on. Oh no, that is it. Sorry, hold on. Fucking lives. Copy link. Bing. And then into the void Instagram. I should have just put it in the description, but paste that one. Boink. There's that. And then the other one that I have connected to it, where I also though where there's a ton of there's probably more Ozzy on this one than that one for now. Because I've been doing Ozzy videos for years and years. So hold on. Oops. Loomis Instagram. Boom. And if anyone else has anything out there that they want shared, just let me know. Gladly do it. And then this though here, I also have a lot of where's it at? Share, copy link. Go back to this. And there's you'll see there's a lot of reels, a lot of Ozzy reels and all that type of stuff on this Facebook, my Facebook too as well. So there's the Into the Void Instagram, then my Instagram, and then the Facebook is in the comments if anyone wants to follow, like, or whatever. Gracie, where are you on IG? Gracie's Instagram's fucking hysterical. Let me see. I just saw it. Ozzy Osbourne, Back to the Beginning, the final concert, vinyl. Who the fuck has that? So that's out on vinyl now. Back to the Beginning. Look at this. Like, people don't have a clue.
Very bluesy. Recently, a man by the name of David Jolly, who briefly knew Ozzy in between his departure from Black Sabbath and the release of his debut solo album, Blizzard of Oz, discovered in his attic a tape from a 1980 rehearsal featuring the Prince of Darkness, Bob Daisley, and the one and only Randy Rhoads jamming some blues-style songs.
That every time I see it just gets to me because no, it doesn't get to me. It's beautiful. It's great. And it's great to hear, but you just know what are out there, you know, and that was from this.
Found by this man who met the heavy metal pioneer early in 1980. This was a few months after the singer had been fired from Black Sabbath, and he spent a few weeks rehearsing in Suffolk to try out something new.
I've got a tape somewhere. And my wife says, not in the house, I've searched everywhere. She said, I bet you I know where it is. It's in your workshop, in the attic, and there it was. I found it in this briefcase.
And you were sort of nervous about trying it?
Because, as you can see, it's one of those, and if they do feel up to sometimes, and I haven't got a machine like this one, and I daren't play it, to be honest with you.
Taken a toll, it was a long shot.
See, that's him. That's him. Very bluesy.
So, not a lost master tape. Instead, a recording that captures a more relaxed time behind the scenes. This is Ozzy with the late Randy Rhoads and Bob Daisley, a make or break point in his career. They went on to recruit drummer Lee Kerslake and released the first album, Blizzard of Oz.
Well, as soon as I heard it, I thought, well, yes, that's us, and that's Ozzy's voice. I don't know what drummer that would have been on that tape, but it's definitely me and Randy and Ozzy. We knew straight away. As soon as we played together, we said, yep, it clicked, and we knew that it was going to work.
Experts say the tape is significant not so much for the music, but for what it represents.
It's an incredible artifact, I think. So, it's not a fully formed song. It's not a last master tape. It's not from the vault that's going to be, sold commercially for millions. But it captures a really significant moment in Ozzy Osbourne's life.
No, so that's like pretty cool. But there's hours and hours and hours of them 3 and them 4 playing.
There was a common saying, "Oh, you're off the rails," or "You're going off the rails," or whatever. So I thought, well, if you're going off the rails on a crazy train, so that's how that came about, and we began rehearsing it. I've got tapes of us writing that and putting it together, and there's one funny one where Ozzy at the beginning of it, where he says, I'd written the lyrics by then, or at least some of them.
Yeah.
And he, at the beginning of the song, Ozzy says, "All aboard," that part. But in this tape that I've got in our rehearsal, you can hear him say, "All aboard, you cunts."
Oh, man, what I do for that version. Yeah, so then that then came out to know yesterday Unearthed, like Listen Now, and I don't know why the fuck though they have Bob cut out there though. Whatever their hell name that channel's name is, but Bob right there has the Holy Grail tape, 7 hours of them 4 playing. So that'd be beautiful to hear someday, but we'll see what happens. I'm Gracie79. Just got onto your IG link, Loomis. Thank you. You're welcome, Angela. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love that. Got them all covered. Yep. And see, the only reason why I threw them all out there, though, is because I mean, there's so much from this page and Ozzy videos and shorts that I throw up on there. And then the other, projects that I'm involved with, though, with the true crime stuff and just random tapes and stuff, though, or videos, excuse me. But I would say there's more Ozzy on there or whatever. And it's just my personal, Facebook, though, but I got like fucking 13 or 14,000 followers. It's not a professional page or anything like that. And I was like, what the fuck? So the reels that I have, you'll see. There's just tons of Ozzy and Sabbath, and I like to do music trivia. That's what I used to do on the other channel, the Loomis Show. Got them all covered. I'm following you all now on IG. Thanks, Linda. Gracie, I just opened up yours. What was that, a fucking cake? You're a piece of work, Grace. It's either fucking pounds of fucking marijuana or something that says "go fuck yourself" or Joey Diaz or Ozzy. It's a great channel. It's a great channel. Oh, look, Silly's back in the house. What's up, Sil? I missed a lot. Not really. I was just babbling. Love for and Sabotage. Yeah. Pat is obsessed with Sabotage. Sabotage is good. It's heavy. And the reason why, though, is because of what was going on with them, with their lawyers. And there was lawyers in the, actual studio at those times. So, there's good backstory on that album. And good backstory on volume 4. Because they recorded that in California. Yeah, Los Angeles, I believe. And a lot of the songs in there, I just fucking love it. And that one's going to be fun because we already did. We're probably not going to go back because when you first start off, it's like whatever. So what do we have here? Now, this here, I didn't put up, but I already have the thumbnail made, and that'll be a video that'll be up tomorrow. and which has to do though with this tape here. And then that's today. Saw the news though, Ozfest though, they're talking about bringing that back for, I think, was it 2027, I believe. Probably do a show on that too. See, we talked to my man Chris from Roll the Bones. We used to do when this channel started on Mondays, we would have like an Ozfest night and talk about like the old Ozfest and all. It was fun as hell. But trying to get him back on here, which he'll do it. And then, like I said, next week will be Loomis and Gina with Volume 4. And if you look in the description, it doesn't just say join the chat. It also says if anyone would like to come on to talk, you're more than welcome. If anyone's like weird about putting their face on camera, there's an avatar you could put over it. Your face doesn't have to be seen or anything like that. But I encourage everyone who's subscribed and anyone to come on the show. You're more than welcome to, and don't feel weird about it because it's your channel too. So I just created it and started the email and stuff, and it's an unmonetized tribute for the diehards. And we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and organically, because that's how loved Ozzy is, and I love seeing it. So this is just all passion for me. Not trying to make a buck or views or this or that. You don't need fucking YouTube Premium on this channel. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So what do we got? You're welcome, Angela. Love the got them all covered. Follow the IG. Gracie, that was an adult coloring book I got. Wow, I know. I just looked at it quick. I didn't know it was a fucking birthday cake or whatever. But I just turned on my phone. That's the first thing I saw, and I just laughing. It's either that or it's the money over the TV with something fucking cool on. I love though. I'm gonna put that picture. That reminds me, the one that you have like on your TV with our with like our thumbnail. I should put not here. Once I'm out of this place in April, I'll do it. I had it in my last place. Like, get a screen, put the thumbnail behind you, or like whatever, like you're talking about, and it could change and stuff, like a good monitor. This is just I came here to help my dad when he got diagnosed with the cancer. So I set up the little studio. I mean, you could even see it's just in the corner. I mean, it ends right there, and everything's just all thrown around from the documentary and all that type of stuff. But I was gonna black it out to the whole place. There's Ozzy, R.I.P. Ozzy. Lost her January, my dog. But yeah, like I'm on the move, so my piano's in storage and some other stuff. So once this weather breaks, I get out of here. I'm gonna make it like an in-house studio where people, like when you see the actual guests that are there together. These just got real big during COVID, but they're great. I wouldn't know any of these though without them. So I'm very grateful for that. All right. Ozzy wrote it and killer vocals. Wait, what did I miss? I'm following you all now on IG. Wait, Jack Osbourne said Sabotage is his favorite. Yeah, I think that's Pat's too. I love the red ice. Ozzy wrote it and killer vocals. Yeah, he did. And yeah, because Geezer was the main songwriter on that. Ozzy, what was incredible about Ozzy was that after seeing a lot of interviews with like Zakk Wylde and talking to Bob, he would just like, except for Diary of a Madman, because of the time changes, he's like, who the fuck you think I am? Frank Zappa? Because they're so used to like, your normal 4-bar blues and stuff. So, but, especially on like Osmosis too, I just think his vocal melodies are so incredible. But like Zakk would say, like 9 times out of 10, they would have something and he would just come in and just, not have like, like that Paranoid video I put up, but even have that vocal melody going like right over that, which is that's not an easy fucking thing to do. He's a melody maker. He's very good with melody. He's very musical. Even when I asked Bob, I was like, would you consider him like musician, like, because he has that distinct voice. But I'm thinking, Bob's like, well, he had no formal training, but he just like had it in him. And if you watch on, I put up the short on this channel where him and Geezer are talking. This is back in the 80s, and they're talking about metal or some shit like that. But they were talking about when they were in the Rare Breed and how they were like telling Ozzy, like, stop, you can't like be running around or whatever. And then if you listen to the end of Super Symptom of the Universe, when he's belting, like his voice is incredible. Like he has so much soul, like with the blues and stuff. But he's like, I could never like, just stand there. And that's because like he had that in him. He had that music in him. And just very, like Bob said, you take Bob out, you don't have those albums. You take Lee out, you don't have those albums. You take Ozzy out, you don't have those albums. You take Randy out. Every single one of those guys from that band were complemented each other, and the chemistry was just perfect. And look at the two albums though that they have created. And so Ozzy, Bob, Lee, and Randy, I'd say are probably that. Yeah, one of my favorite all-time bands, easily, hands down. And I thought that, let me see something. Oh, no, I didn't. See, because he always takes stuff down on this StreamYard. I thought I had something else up. But what was I going to say? Because it's no coincidence, too, obviously, the tragic, what happened on the 19th to Randy. And, then Bark at the Moon. But Bark at the Moon, also stands on its own, though. And that's what me and Bob talked about last interview, which I'll be releasing like in about a week, where that album, though, stands like on its own. But Diary, Blizzard and Diary, I just think are, the numbers don't lie. Look who's in the house, Miss Gen X Music. What's up? I'm late. Oops. Nah, don't worry about it. We always pop on, and plus their lives. So, but if you wanted, there's some good Aussie groups. I'm trying to find Linda's. I don't know if you have Facebook, Miss Gen X. That's the other thing though we do here too. Like, like we try to help everyone out. Especially like, with like Pat, for example, Pat, he is Aussie in his band when they sing. And so he was playing over Christmas, and I just had someone send the link over, and I just plugged it right through on StreamYard. Like I didn't even come on or whatever. Like I don't have to be like, I'm not the host of this channel. Like I use this is all of our channel. Please come on. I don't want to be the only one though here. Is this it? Yeah. So right there we got Linda's Aussie group. That's Diary. I love it. Diary of Mad Women, or no, the Princesses. Fuck, she said it before. Hold on. Yeah. Princesses of Darkness, Diary of Mad Women on Facebook is Linda's. Pretty cool fucking name, Lynn. And then if you want to follow this page on Instagram, because I'm just starting to get that one going on Insta. It is, where my links at, Grace? Into the Void on Instagram, if you want to follow that one. And then I have a ton of Ozzy on my normal one that's connected to that. And then a ton of Ozzy as well on Facebook, and the links are right there if anyone wants to follow. And Diary of Mad Women, excuse me. I'm sorry, Linda. But don't forget, Linda, there's a community here. And if you ever want to share your page, like you could hit create post and post pictures, post links, post whatever you want. Anyone could if they're subscribed. So keep that in mind. And you don't need like permission and stuff like that. The only thing is, if people were down like to doing something like I'm saying on this channel, like legitimately doing something, then I could fucking get you all hooked up, or you'll have like your own YouTube studio and all that good stuff. but anyone too, and the wrenches too that you have. But what was I gonna say? Fuck, I had something, but I lost it. Let me think. Here, I'll hit my new fancy subscribe thing while I'm thinking. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, you love true crime stuff too? Oh yeah, no, that's making a big movie right now. Well, documentary. I don't know if you ever seen The Irishman, but I'm very close with the Buffalino family, and Joe Pesci played him, and that's from this area. They're from here. This isn't even the one though that we used though. This was just one of the prints though that we had though, because we had to get the licensing though for the rating though, NC-17, but the poster is completely different now. But if you ever see The Irishman, the real true story is coming out, and that's what I'm working on right now with the production company, and it's like the truth about Hoffa and all that stuff. Like, you know, all these people out there that talk about that stick, they have no idea what they're talking about. Just being honest. And like we were at Joe Colombo's house, the Italian American Civil Rights League. There's the song there. And yeah, we've been promoting that for a while, but that'll be on major streaming though platforms. And we started promoting it. I went over on Suffering Podcast to promote it though. So for the true crime stuff, Angela, just because I know a lot of the guys, it's more like the mafia type stuff. So just to give you a heads up on that. But I love talking music. I was talking mafia so freaking much, like on YouTube and stuff like that, because I know guys from up in South Boston who worked with Whitey, and then especially from around this area. And then I'm friends with some guys that are done out of that life completely, and just, you know, some of them are like 80, 85 years old, and I just love hanging out with them, and they're great people. Like my good friend Larry Rolla, throw him a shout out. Now Larry was awesome because he wouldn't let a mobster like be like, oh, you got to be with me. He always was alone, but he was the number one race fixing person in the country, and dealt with like everyone and stuff like that. And like one of my like best friends, I always go see him up in Lyndhurst, New Jersey, and he's got cancer, and he's, you know, it started coming back a little bit. So prayers to you, Larry. I hope you're all right. All right. So let's get back. I'm late. Whoops. You're all good. Miss Gen X. Hello. Hi, Miss Gen X. Metal as fuck. Name. Wait, what's metal as fuck? Silly, back in the house. Oh, you guys are talking, maybe I'm confused. I get confused, so don't mind me, Miss Gen X. It's not you, it's me. Facebook Princesses. Okay, Facebook Princesses of Darkness, Diary of Mad Women. And I put the link in the comments already. You know what I'll do too after this? And if any of you don't mind, I know it takes like 5 minutes after me and Gina, we end these. It takes 5 minutes for it to, like, if you refresh your phones or whatever you watch this on, to appear on YouTube. But if you could remember and, like, you know, hit that like button after you get out of this, that stays. But the live chat though doesn't stay, but the comments. So if you just like leave a comment or whatever, it's great, because then it just gets it. The more comments that are on the actual comments, the more the more reach it'll have an engagement. But what I'll also do is I'll pin your Diary of a Mad Women page on, and then I could also put that in the post. And there's a lot of subscribers already. I mean, this channel started 2 days before Ozzy died. It already almost has 8,000 subscribers. It has over 7 million views. So I mean, the way it's growing is just astronomical, and that's just a testament to how loved Ozzy is, and I love it. Love it. a great true crime doc that also has a musician angle is Morning Sun, Day Tomorrow. Yep, I seen it. Absolutely. The Facebook name is Metal as Fuck. Wow, you have a name? You have a face? You have a group too? Is that what you're saying? Just Metal AF or let's see. That's good that you got that name. I would think that a lot of people have that name, but Metal AF. Metal as Fuck Jewelry. Metal as Fuck Musician Band. Magazine. Are you the white one? Which one are you? Hold on, wait till that settles. Hold on a second. Jeez. It's the light, that's why. That little white thing has the Maloik. I don't know if that so let me know if one of them's it. Because I have Metal as Fuck Jewelry. Is there any more? I don't know why, but I think it's going to be this one. Oh, no, it's not. Miss Gen X, if you're still there, just let me know which one so I know. Is it a Facebook group called Metal AF? Here's a Metal as Fuck community, but that's about 16 gauge steel. Metal. Wait. It is an awesome Facebook name, but Miss Gen X, are you still with us? I'm trying to, maybe she did put it under the musician and band because people do that. Does it have Pantera on the cover? I guess we lost Miss Gen X. But anyway, I guess she has a group called Metal AF. If you find it, I'm sure she'll be back sometime and we'll figure out which one it is. But there's a Metal AF magazine. Can't stand the heat? Stay out of the mosh pit. Gina, stop. You're fine. All right. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching tonight. It's Wednesday, so tomorrow I made a trailer and I forgot to put it up. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Anyway, stay tuned for Ozzy Last Tape video tomorrow. That'll be all edited up though with some footage and stuff. Like a little tiny little mini doc talking about it because I just have some things to say. Every Wednesday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern, not Eastern time, Loomis time. I wish Pat was still on, he'd be laughing. But 8:05 p.m. Eastern, Loomis and Gina, that's like clockwork. That's the live. That's every Wednesday around 8 o'clock. 8, like we're on Into the Void, always. Now on the weekends, I just call them Ozzy Talks. If I get all my work done on Friday and I'm bored and I just am done and whatever, and I have time, I'll come on. Sometimes I'll come on at freaking midnight. Sometimes I'll come on at 1 a.m. Sometimes 2 a.m. I mean, I'm the East Coast, but that's what I do. And but me and Pat though are working on doing them together on Saturday and trying to get a concrete time. It's tough on the weekend to get a concrete time, but there's at least one of these every weekend as well. So we have the shorts every day. one of the Oz talks every weekend. This every week on Wednesday, and then also or do at least dropping one video a week now, meaning like 5 to 10, 15, 20-minute video, and also interviews as well. Well, I have 3 interviews that I will be dropping, and one of them is Mr. Bob Daisley again, which we got into some good stuff, and learned a lot on that one, and I'm looking forward to sharing that one with you. No, LOL, the name of the Facebook that other lady has you announced. The other lady? You're all good, Miss Gen X. You're all good. Linda's is called Diary of Mad Women. Oh, you're saying like metal ass, like that's metal ass. I'm an idiot. Apologies. Yes, silly munchkin. Scroll up and look for the yellow links. I'll put it back in. I broke my arm in the pit at Iron Maiden. Nice. Fucking love. I did Maiden was one of the best live fucking shows I seen. That was back in 2003, was it? They did an extended set too for like 3 hours. It was fucking incredible. Incredible. Dave, what's up? Dave out there in Arizona. Hit that like, my man. Thanks for being here. Just talking to the peeps. And here. Let me see something. So silly, you missed the link to Linda's page. So what I'm going to do is hopefully find it. Yes. Nice, I'm in. Share group. Copy link. All right, so silly, this link that I'm dropping now, I'll even put Diary of Mad Women. Must be some interesting broads in that one. Not just kidding. All right, Diary of Mad Women. All right, silly, you ready? Boom. Why isn't it coming up on here? We see something. Ignore what I just typed. Then because then because what the fuck? I hope I don't sound like that. Sorry, folks. Silly. Only on Facebook? Yes. And there's okay, so you could see the group. I don't know why I can't see it right there. You see something. 1 second. Okay, bingo. That's what I had to do. So there it is. Diary of Mad Women on Facebook right there. And you're better off just hitting the link though, because it's called like Princesses of, I forget the other name of it though. So I mean the link's right there. You just hit that, you hit join. If you're up as Silly Munch, then they'll let you in. And Gracie also tried to join as well. And I know it's a private group, and I thank you, Linda and Angela, for letting us in. And yeah, I know it's private, but like I said, though, if you want me to share it and stuff. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying, though, too. Like, with Lot of. There's no one better to talk to. You know what? When I used to go to Ozfest every year and just see the people there and just talk to certain people, just fucking great people. And it's like this because I was doing the true crime stuff a lot and on YouTube, and it's like I'm tougher than you, like over the computer. I'm like, dude, shut up. You're not a gangster. No real gangster is going to fucking talk tough over a computer. But anyway, it's just, that was just like getting like, oh, and my real love is music. And it's terrible that Ozzy passed. But I mean, I was starting the old music page regardless because it's just, that's my number one love. And it's just, I feel a lot better after I do shows talking about music. So it's great though to be doing this, excuse me. But with that, no, see, I'm a weirdo. Like when I see like an hour and 46, I'm like, fuck, 15 from 2. I always like to like finish on the top hour. So any of these could leave because I'm just gonna be rambling. Loomis time. Angela already got me figured out. She got me clocked. And if anyone comes on tomorrow, that link right there, if you just go to the comments and you scroll to the right, you know what? No, I'll put it in the comment section. And actually, you know what? While I'm even on here, I'll put it in the description of this. Oh, I can't put it in the description. Yes, I could. Yes, you could, you fucking idiot. Don't say that. Sorry. I talk to myself a lot. So go in the StreamYard. Go edit. Beautiful. Here we go. Diary of Mad Women. It's a great fucking name. There it is. All right. So even if you go to the description on this show, the link is there for the episode that we're doing right now. Save changes. The stream must be scheduled in the future and within 1 year. What the fuck you talking about, man? Schedule for later. No. Oh, no, you can't do it while the stream's already live. I'll do it right afterwards. But obviously, you could tell I don't mind doing that. And I got you. Only on Facebook. Sad. What are you sad about, silly? All right. Or you're saying like, you know, like more because you're on Instagram. You're on Facebook, right? Yeah, you're on Facebook. That's right. And yeah, but this channel here, there's a Facebook for it now too, which it's designed, but I just didn't start it on that. And then obviously, you know, silly on Instagram. I believe you're on the Instagram here because I know you're on my normal Instagram. And hell, I think you're even on the Buffalino one too. But yeah, Angela, if you like true crime or mob stuff or whatever, look up the Buffalino family. That's the page I run with their family. And it's not even just like talking about that family because there's just so many other aspects of true crime that just even comes off of them as well. So it's a cool page. And they're great people. What do you got for me? OFC Loomis. All right, Angela, there's one thing I want you to learn about me. The only thing I know is LOL. I don't know the computer lingo. So what does OFC mean? I'm not like being a dick. I'm just like, I don't know what that means. It's like out for over out for cake. I don't know. What's OFC, folks? You know, they'll kill my fucking head all night. You're welcome, silly. Amen. You want to help me out on that OFC? But absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, good. So I'm not the only one. All right, good. Because, I mean, I remember one time someone put LMFAO like a while ago. I didn't know what that was. This is like a few years back, but I was like, I'll tell you what OFC is. What is OFC in computer lingo? In computer, OFC is an abbreviation of course. So, oh, she said, of course, Loomis. I got it now. But you meant, of course, right? Yes, silly. That's what it is. I just looked it up. That's what they told me. Baby Catcher 33. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. And welcome to the community. Appreciate you being here. OFC is, of course. You know what, though? That's good because, of course, is a pain in the ass because every time I write it, I'm like, fuck, is this 1 or 2 words again? Like, and, oh, yeah, it's, it just, no, I know what it is, but it makes you think. So anymore, I'm just, I like OFC. I'll rock with that. Thank you. Oh, Jesus, if you had a hidden camera though in here, just see me all day with these files and stuff, you're talking to myself, you'd think I was nuts. Trust me, you'd think I was out of my mind. I think that we all talk to ourselves. I think we all though have to put on like some type of like filter and like conform and like, not be our real selves. And we're afraid to say certain things because we don't know, or like, fuck that. We live once. Get it off your fucking chest. That's what I say. Thank you. I'm one of the Princess of Darkness in the Diary of Nice. Thank you for being here, Baby Catcher. Welcome. I'm looking forward to checking out that group. And thank you, Linda, Angela, and Baby Catcher for letting us all in. And I'll be sharing that in the post. And yeah, love meeting like new Ozzy, non-drama Ozzy runner pagers or whatever. People who run like Ozzy, the people who just love Ozzy Sabbath, good music. It's great. Everyone here is fucking awesome. And now we got Baby Catcher in the house. And then star that comment for today because she's a new one. It's a Baby Catcher 33. Thank you. I'm one of the princesses of darkness in the day. So then you're a female. Okay. So that's what I was going to say though. So if you're one of the princesses of Diary of Mad Women, I obviously I'm going to throw the A in there because of the album. It kills my head. But you run the page as well. Or you're a member. Because if I'm a member, then I'm a Diary of a Princess too, right? I was down a rabbit hole on YouTube last night and heard an interview with Randy I have never heard. I was looking for the show I attended and it came up because of the date. Yeah, there's been an interview of him though. It's like, I don't know if you saw it, if it was an audio interview or visual. Because I saw some, I saw that one video a while ago where he's teaching someone Diary of a Madman. It's not video, that one's audio. But yeah, if you know what interview that is, though, definitely let me know. I don't even know what the hell I was just talking about prior. Yeah, audio. Okay, I got you. OFC means of course. Got it. Oh yeah, the princesses. Wait, why do I keep it? Miss Gen X. I'm one of the 5 founding members now. Oh, got you. Okay, got you. So this channel here, I don't even consider myself a family founding. This is all of ours. Like, yeah, I set it up with the email and all that type of stuff though, but anyone could come on, like I say. And that's what I really want the channel to be. I'll smile, hypothetical, but I'll be happy, like, for example, if there's like a Monday night and there's 2 other people that are like hosting a show on this channel. Not saying that I don't want to, but I'm saying though, like, I want this to be like the ultimate like tribute page where any of the fans could come on, show their love and all that stuff. It'll never be monetized. And it's just for the real like diehards. And I truly don't mean that. I don't need to be in front of the camera and all that all the time. Yeah, like like that's what I really want. And someone emailed me about it, and they're like, "Are you like like?" Because I guess they were hesitant. I'm like, no, like that's what I want. Like when I wake up and I see like Victrola or Bonnie or anyone right in the community where the post is, and they share pictures and that I love that. But we set up though, like where and I'm not, if people are uncomfortable, they don't want to do it, that is fine. But I'm just letting you know that the door is open for all is, and if you need to contact at pretty easy to remember, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute page at gmail.com, and get back in touch with you and set up whatever we got to set up. Or if you need to just reach out in general to one of us, even though like it's not us, like me, Gina, whatever, email it up. And now this comes directly to me, but I could let them know what's emailed or link them up. But there's no one, like I said, like I'm not even like, this isn't my page. Like this is, I don't know. I'm trying to, it's all of ours, if that makes any sense. What we got? Cow Palace, San Francisco. It's from just, shit. That was the year I was born. December 30th. So I would have been, I was born right when the Pope got shot. May 13th, 1981. Because I remember my mother tells the story, like they thought I was dead. So, they take you out of the room after they delivered, and then like I guess one of the nurses came back. It was like something terrible happened. And my mom's like, "What?" They're like, "The Pope got shot." And she's like, "Oh, thank God." But no, she's very religious, but she thought something happened to her kid that she just freaking popped out. And then here I am. Wherever the fuck I was before, I don't know. All I know is before 5/13/81, I never had a problem. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, there he is, Jers. OFC is Ohio Fried Chicken. I'm in the mood for some fried chicken. It's a less famous competitor of KFC. And you are correct, because I have seen it though before. Cow Palace, Jersey. I love how the time just flies with you. It's already 2 minutes from the 2 hour mark. Grace, that one night, I think you were on the whole time. I think I did those weekend ones sometimes. If I'm in a mood, they'll go on around 11:30, midnight. I'll stay on till like 5 a.m., 5:30 sometimes. We just talk. It's great. And that's what's great about this page. It's no ulterior motives. It's unmonetized. It's just for true, passionate fans that, like, I'll never sell merch on this. I'll never sell anything on this. It's just to honor the music and Ozzy Osbourne. And that's that. So thank you everyone for subscribing. I mean, 1,000 in a week. That says a lot about Ozzy. And because I know about YouTube, been doing it for a while, and the amount of subscribers that this page has gotten in just 6 months, and also the views it has, it just shows how loved though he is, and it's just ridiculous. How that's a lot of subscribers. Let's just put it that way in fucking 6 months, and just I love how it shows the love for Ozzy. But I even love though making the shorts, because people scroll, boom, they see him. People scroll, always keep like it's not like this page is needed to keep his memory alive or whatever. But I know I love talking about him. I love talking about music. It's fun. So we're here to stay. And then, like I said, it's all our channels. So even if I croak, that don't matter. This channel's going nowhere. I want this channel to go on infinity. Keep it going until the great reset happens or something. All right. What do we got? All shows begin at first Loomis Standard Time. Well, today was 8:26, I think. No, excuse me, 806 or 807 because we had a quick audio problem though. But I should have came out quicker. It's not that I'm like, fuck them, let them wait. Are you kidding me? It means the world that you just give your time. Like there's other human beings that are actually sitting down and watch. Like that means the world. But what I'm trying to say though is I always fumble the football right when it's time to come on. And I'm going to work on that. But thank you for your patience. Always. That's what I mean. Like even when I've got or whatever got, that's why, I already have this email password and everything ever like that already passed on. This page will never die. Never. Even when I do, this page will never die. And want to keep it going and going and going and going and going. As long as people run it though, like, the right fucking way. Like, someone that isn't going to try to freaking just like monetize it and sell stuff. Like, no, this is for real fans to come in. This page is to learn stuff from interviews from people that were around Ozzy and Sabbath. And it's for the real fans to come and just vent and talk and have a good time. We're all around a campfire basically right now, like the old days, just shooting the breeze. That's how I look at these. That's the next shirt. Loomis Standard Time. You know it. Oh, I got to tell Joe that he'll get a kick out of it. Because every time you're like, Joe, I'll be up at 6. Like, I'll see you at 6:30. What was I going to say? It's awesome. You rock, silly. We love Ozzy. Absolutely. And we got motherfucking Crow Lady back in the house. What's up? Great to see you. We've been over 2 hours already, and these were awesome. And thank you for conversing. And please hit that like button. And when this video goes up, which will take like 2 or 3 minutes after this, if you remember, if you want to just leave a comment in the comments section, that's great, because then that could bring in more people in the community because it gets it moving. Because I know these are commenting in the live chat, which is fantastic. But if you comment in the real comment section, it definitely helps get this moving and get some new people in the community, like how we got Linda in here. We got Baby Catcher. That's our remit. Keep his legacy alive and pass it on. Absolutely. So we're on the same page. We're all on the same page. See, I got to read. It's on my bedstep. My father died November 2nd. Then his sister died 3 weeks after. My dog Ozzy died January 27th, earlier than that. And then and I was caretaking for my father for the past 2 years. Then Ozzy though passes. And then no, excuse me. My dog passed January 20th, 2025. Then Ozzy retires. And I remember I was like finding solace. I was like, well, my Ozzy died this same year that Ozzy retired. So it's fitting for me in my own little bubble, right? But then he passes, and that was terrible. And the whole time, like, I'm here for the past 2 years as my father is struggling with colon cancer. And then I was doing a podcast, one of those Ozzy talks here on November. It was November 1st, but 12:30, I was right here just talking like this. And I'll be like, hold on a second. I went downstairs and he was gone. And 3 weeks after that, his sister was gone. So it was just a fucked up fucking year, So this year, just hope for some more positivity though. But the reason why I brought all that up though is I don't think I'm ready to read that book yet. And grief's a fucking weird thing. Like, I was an alcoholic, drug addict in the past, and I have over 4 years off that shit. But I was blacking out, and like you can't grasp time, like, and like you don't even realize it. You're still living your life, but next thing you know, it's like fucking 3 months later, and you're like, what? It's insane. But yeah, well, I'd love to do an episode on that, but Gina is looking for someone to do an episode on that with to talk about, because I didn't read it yet. I should read it though soon. I have about 2 chapters left of the book I'm reading now, and I should read that. I have to read it, but like I said, it just, it wasn't I wasn't ready to read that one because fucking upset, man. You know, lost a lot of people at a quick time. It sucks. But I'll get around to it. And Gina, definitely, if you're ever interested in coming on here, you guys can do audios too. If you don't want to, if you're uncomfortable showing face, but I'm just saying though, she is looking for someone though to do an episode on last rites. So please email the page at Ozzy Osbourne Tribute page at gmail.com if interested. And of course, oops, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. Wait, I thought I had something else. Nope. All right. Just that email, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute page at gmail.com. Right, Loomis, there are so many people who love him dearly, and we all come together. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just incredible. Like, and it reminds me of, like, you know, when I used to go. I mean, of course, humor interaction and hanging out and stuff is always better, but this is, you know, like, the world we live in now is kind of nuts, right? Like, I could be just out and about, and then I'm like, oh, just go up to the studio and turn the laptop on and talk to people from all over the world. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. And you know, it has that, it's like hanging out feeling. And you know, we live in a society now where when I grew up, everyone used to play outside, people used to go out all the time, and this, well, I don't really like going out anymore, but whatever. It's nice to be able to communicate though with people, even if it's freaking over the computer or whatever. It's nice. And especially though, fans of Sabbath and fans of Ozzy, because I have yet to meet any of them that like this. Like, listen, when you do a YouTube page, there's always usually people that come in and just start trolling like insane. I think we might have had 2 trolls out of like that many, out of over 6 million views. 2 trolls. What does that also tell you about Ozzy? He's just universally loved. Gracie, what's your Insta? If it's okay, I will follow you. Oh, looks like I put another link up. Great. Gracie's is it's Gracie Girl 79, but I'm just gonna put in the share this profile. Oh, look at you, Grace. Thanks for sharing all the stuff. You got to get your profile to public, but thanks for sharing it all. Look at that on the TV. I love it, Grace. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fucking share that. And she puts up a lot of, oh, look at Ozzy Talk live stream. Loomis and Gina. You rock, Grace. What size that TV? What do you got there? 60? 65? Oh, the link. Sorry, everyone. Oh, fuck. I have ADHD bad. Oops. Copy link. Let's go back to the show. All right, here it is. Gracie Insta. There it is. You see it, Grace? I don't know why it doesn't pop up though on my screen here. Maybe it's a time thing. Oops. I don't know why it doesn't pop up though on my screen here. Maybe it's a time thing. Oops. Oh God, my voice. I fucking hate my voice. Sorry. Roger Waters, first troll with a wall instead of a bridge. Well, that fucking guy. Rose, what is going on? Rose Glowed, welcome. Into the Void, the community. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The troll's name is Roger Roger. I did an episode on him. If you want to check that out, might as well. And look, it makes me sick. That's a 16. No, I mean, I love Floyd, I love Gilmore and all that, but he's just a fucking miserable fuck. And, it's just normal common courtesy, though. And that question wasn't even brought up to him, no, but it's just Kermit. Like, even if someone that I really didn't get along with or whatever, like pastor or whatever, and like someone like asked me about it, I would just be like, person of family. He took it as an opportunity. He wasn't even asked. He brought it up himself because he saw all the love that Ozzy was getting, especially out in the UK. And he was envious. Wow, look at this. 23 likes. Thank you, everyone, for liking. Oh, no, wait. Why am I trying to share that? I'm trying to share the Rotters video I did. Why? All right. Share. Copy link. And then there's in the video sections, my take from No Escape, Bob Daisley interview, the hidden truth behind Mr. Crowley intro. And in the first one video I did, Ozzy Osbourne, the man who changed my life. My buddy Jansen's in there. And oh yeah, the video about me going off with all the Christians are like, is Ozzy in heaven? All right, so wait, which one did I just want? The Waters one. And again, like I said, folks, the Waters one. It's just, and again, like I said, folks, the Waters one. It's just, and again, like I said, folks, the Waters one. Shut up. It's just, sorry. All right, so I don't know why it's not coming up in the comments, but Gracie, could you see it? Because on the phone it comes up though. But check that one out, Miss Gen X. And if you don't mind leaving a comment or like a like, because then it'll get it moving and maybe that cocksucker could see it. But I have it right here. Thanks, Dave. I see what you're right, but I don't know why. Oh, you know what? No, let me get rid of that. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. 65-inch. Nice. Yeah, I know my TVs. That's what I had in my last one. I got to do this. 1 second. Because I don't know why they're not coming up. Check. There we go. Yeah, so if no one ever seen that episode, though, I think I made some good points on it. And it's only like, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes long. But the Roger Water, when he did that, I made, actually I made 2, but I forget the other one I made, though, prior to that. But the one that's why, that says why on it, there's the link right there in the video section. Where can we find you, Miss Gen X? From Angela. There's that. Here. Up, we got to freaking see when he gets someone that does this. The NIG, and they go down like that because they have no fucking life and they're fucking scumbags. For the wrenches out there, you just get rid of them. You ban them. You hit the 3 dots and get rid of them. There's no fucking racist shit on here ever. And you got to do it behind a fucking computer. Go do it then to fucking out loud, not in the comfort of your house. Guess I spoke too soon about the trolls, folks. They're gone. Yeah, see, look at bringing everyone together, though. Like everyone know from, and Dave, this is way better than you know what I was doing before. But just the music crowd. Remember when I talked to you on the phone before the bell rung on Pops after I did the episode on the Loomis show about music? It might have been about Ozzy or Metallica. And I remember I called you and I'm like, dude, I just feel way better talking about music, especially, man, when there's so much work in a documentary, so much to do that and the true crime at the same time. To do, it's just, I mean, I still throw up all the videos of stuff I've done or, of true crime, but I'm just doing that documentary. And this is just, just passion project, not even a project. Well, actually, I said that because the project that I'm actually doing is a passion project because it's from my hometown. And I'm the one that gets to do it. So I'm very grateful for that. I only place them on timeout. No, you block them. Don't time out. If they ever come in with the racist shit, gone. No, it's some roasting. Yeah, I remember, bro. Loomis, I accidentally cast a YouTube troll spell. Brought the Roger Water. No, I know, but then maybe when I put the link in there, did it really though fucked it all up? Gracie girl, I love the fuck off ass. Oh yeah, I know. I brought that up when I was watching before. LOL Jersey. What about Jersey? Oh, Jersey Devil. Sorry. It was Metallica, bro. We talked to Megadeth. Yeah, I remember that. Dave never did this episode. Over there. Remember? We were talking though about that. And then this one that was on the Loomis show then too. And then I was doing the rock and roll history over there. And then obviously the true crime. There's Russell in the middle. But yeah, and then I just figured though after this show here, once I had the time to start tribute page and put up a video of Oz, started it 2 days prior, put the first video up the next day, and then the next day after that, yeah, found out he was gone. Fucking sucked. Me and Mustaine are Virgo. His birthday is 3 days before mine in September. Yeah, he's a very interesting individual, Dave Mustaine. No matter what people want to say about him, like they'll always break balls. Like, Dave says he wrote this, Dave said he wrote that, and I get it. But the reason why I put the mindset of Dave Mustaine is you're in one of the biggest bands there. Now, they weren't like at the time, Metallica wasn't one of the biggest bands there, but I mean, they were, they're out, they go out to New York. He gets fired from them. Now, Dave never had like any foundation. Like he never had structure, like, a loving family that was just always there and stuff. So like that was his family. And he gets fired right when he wakes up from a hangover, gets on a bus, and then on the way home to Cal, that's a long bus ride because my Florida one was fucking like 2 days. So to Cali, that's like a 3 or 4 day ride because you got to stop at every fucking terminal. But he ends up seeing that, I forget the guy's name, but it said like the Megadeth or whatever, got the name. And then, how he ended up though meeting, why can't I think of his name? The bass player. I like lose thought, like on the dumbest shit that I know. Not Marty Friedman. Why can't I think of the bass player's name? He met him and Garth and why the fuck can I know? It's just a dumb. It's like not even remembering freaking like Geezer's name, right? It's just so dumb. I definitely know who it is. Baby catcher, have a great night. Linda, you rock. Thank you so much. Cliff Burton, man. But I would agree that David Ellie. I don't even remember what I was just asking. What did I just ask again? Try to type it fast, Dave, if you could, because I'm probably being annoying just sitting here now. It's over 2 hours. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, so Silly. Where's Silly at? Don't feel, and I understand like how you said like the timeout thing, because if you have a feel like, oh, I don't want to just like ban him, because no, that's, you have a wrench. You absolutely just get rid of that. Get rid of them. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Coming in with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Fucking just get rid of them. Now, still, if someone comes in and they say something like, what's up, fucking, you fucking bitch, you know, give it time. If he calls a lady that, get rid of him. But he calls me that or something or whatever, you know, let it in for a second. And then if it needs a timeout, it needs a timeout. And then if it needs to go, it needs to go. And that's not being pussy type stuff. We're on a computer. Okay. If you want to talk to me, call me a bitch, then say it to my face. Okay. I'm not hard to find. Dave, you know, I always say it to the true crime wannabe mobster guys. Stop watching Goodfellas every day and thinking you're a gangster. You know, because real ones don't threaten over the computer. So you're already out on yourselves. All right, let's see. See, Dave, that's why I don't do that genre anymore. I'm staying over here. All right, what do we got from all these comments are coming up on the phone, but I'm not getting them. Like Angela just put up a great comment on Megadeth. Definitely check that episode out, guys. I just want to know what you think and leave a comment if you don't mind on Roger. You know it, Linda. Yeah, so what it is, though, is when you hit the 3 dots or whatever, though, or you see it, though, it says put user in timeout, and then you'll see ban user and delete their comments. That's what you hit. You'll see delete comment, put user in timeout. So when you ban them, you're whacking them for good. So it's got to be something serious. When you come on here with racist shit, that's serious. If someone comes on, if a male, let's say, comes on and starts being like, you know, acting like to females and this or that's another one gone. Yeah. The timeout button, you know, just if it isn't, the timeout is just more for people that need to shut the fuck up for 5 seconds, and it's not something that's terribly bad. I mean, I'm very fucking lenient with stuff. I always was, but when it comes to racism and sex, like with like sexism, like talk like with like women, like calling them freaking whores and the C word and stuff, like I seen it all of that. We just don't deal with that though here. So that's that. Facts, Loomis. Computer balls is all they have. That's it. That's all it is. There it is. I saw Megadeth in a small club right before they became big. Stain was right in front of me. I like how you put sustained. I got a sustained pedal. But no, Mustaine, right before they got big, that's fucking awesome. Where are you from, Angela? Are you California too? How come a lot of people are California here? I noticed. Even in the YouTube studio. Real lot from California, which is cool. We got a lot from the UK too. But I know Gracie, I know you're Cali. Gina's Cali. I believe Silly's Cali. It's a huge state, so I'm not like giving away your locations. I mean, you know. Yeah, Gracie, you ever see his interview on the Sean Ryan show? It was just out not too long ago. Baby catcher. You're a Leo? Try to guess what I am. Well, I already said my birthday. Yes, thank you very much. It was David Ellison. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you. Like, how did I forget that name? That's the best shit, though, Angela. Besides an arena, seeing bands in like small, intimate clubs like that, I love that. Oh yeah, Jersey are. So, where's Jersey at? Boom, Jersey just got made. Made man. Jersey, write another comment. It could be anything. Same, Angela. I was at their first record release show. Also saw Metallica with Dave. Oh, no shit. You know, the only person I ever heard say that was Kerry King. Also saw Metallica with Dave. Knew Kirk when he was in transit with Exodus. Yeah, to Metallica. Quite a scene. I had so much fun in the 80s. Oh, man, no shit. So you were around that whole thrash scene then when that was going down. Mustaine was actually like the front man too, even though James was like singing and stuff. Mustaine was the one though that would like yell to the crowd, talk to the crowd. James was like more shy at that time. Now he's a boss, but I'm saying though, back in those days, and Cliff was just fucking unbelievable. And man, it sucks. He went too. He went young, Randy, terrible. San Francisco Bay Area, nice. What about you, Angela? West or East? I wonder why this channel is picking up so many. I know why, because the last channel though, that the one that I was doing though, that that grew decently big was a true crime one, but it was like mafia stuff, and that's more in my area, like East Coast. Like I'm 2 hours from New York, 2 hours from Philly. I'm from the same area as Russell Buffalino, so I think that's why this is, yeah, I did see that. Fucking insane. Yeah, Miss Gen X, you should freaking come on sometime and freaking tell us stories about that. That ought to be awesome, being around during that scene. Because that's when the hair metal was still rocking and rolling. And no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. And then they just came out and they were just like so street. And especially Mustaine. Like Mustaine's a street guy. Like, he lived on the street. He could break your face. He's tough as nails. And he's just a real street guy. And that's why I give him no props. Like, I mean, he came from nothing, got thrown out of, Metallica, and then starts Megadeth. Like, I think that's a huge accomplishment. Yes, Metallica might have sold more, but just to make it is like hitting the fucking lottery. But to make it pretty much like in two bands, like, and to, it's Metallica, Megadeth, and Megadeth always stayed true with like, the fast slash sound. But see, what I like about Metallica though is like, I like though, like how, for example, like Master of Puppets, when they slow down and then they do the, like little, like the mix of it all and stuff. And I really love how Hetfield and Hammock, when Kirk doesn't fuck up, I like how they like the Allman Brothers though, like how they fucking harmonize though with the guitars and stuff like that. So I like that. So, but I love Megadeth though too. Their new albums, I like their new album, and yeah, so many good musicians they came through there. I mean, Marty Friedman, fucking genius. He played around here at the Jazz Cafe one year, I remember. Meaning it's called the Jazz Cafe, but they have different acts in jazz. But
which is kind of weird. Like, what if it's called the Heavy Metal Cafe in country?
All right, I'm out of it. I need to eat something. 80s was the best. Yeah, I was born in 81, so I don't really know much. I mean, I know about it and stuff. Like, I wasn't, out and about going to shows then. The 90s, yeah, that was great. But yeah, I didn't pop out wherever the hell I was beforehand. I mean, I didn't pop out here until around like the time like Diary came out, because Blizzard even came out before I came out. So Kirk was so awesome. Okay. Exodus. Oh, I wasn't putting him down when I said it when Kirk fucks up. I find it funny. The one thing I love about Metallica, and you can watch their videos on like YouTube and stuff. I love like even in the beginning of like Nothing Else Matters, like they screw up like a tiny bit and they like break each other's balls. It's human. I love that. And Kirk was a real good though mix for them. Absolutely. Mustaine's very wild. And if you talk to Kerry King, who is actually in Megadeth, there's another story maybe you just don't know about Megadeth. Dimebag was asked to be in Megadeth, and this is before he blew up with Pantera, and he turned it down. And think about it, like this was like when he's trying to make it and everything, and the reason why was because Dave already had a drummer, but Dime said to him like, "Yeah, man, I'll join, but my brother's got to." And since Dave's like, "I already have no drummer, this or that," Dime's like, "No, thank you." Like so I love that though. Just for the fact that how close they were. And I think after Dime passed, like Vinny he lost literally like, a part of him. And I think that probably took his life, the stress and everything else a lot quicker. And it's just fucking terrible what happened. I remember that night too. I remember right where he's at when that happened. He's in Ohio. And as you know, and just fucking terrible. There, look at that, Jersey. You see your wrench? Mustaine got the band name from reading Time magazine. Read an article. Yep, that's right. U.S.-Soviet nuclear war. He liked it to say, yeah, because it says something like the Megadeth. Yeah, exactly. And it was on the bus ride home. That's like godlike shit again. There's your band name. Because think about it, Metallica, right? How do you get like a more metal name than Metallica? And then he gets Megadeth. It's so weird how shit happens. Like if he didn't get fired, like, and that's kind of selfish on our end though. I didn't like though when he went on some kind of monster to the therapist and started like bitching. Like, I'm like, no, what the fuck? Like I always had to be number 2. I'm like, dude, you created Megadeth. What are you talking about? But I wasn't there. I get it. And they were kids, but I don't know. He is an interesting human individual, and every musician pretty much said that he's the most like the hardest musician to work with. It's like, it's Dave's way or the highway. And that's not me putting him down. That's just, I mean, look how many members been through. Megadeth is Dave Mustaine. I like to say though, it's Ellefson as well too. But the original lineup was great. Typo, Kirk was stolen from Exodus. Well, Kirk wanted to be in Metallica though. And when he saw Cliff play too, because Cliff was in a band called Trauma prior. I don't know if you know about that, if you ever seen Trauma. But see, Cliff though was playing somewhere else because Cliff said he'll join the band if they move to San Francisco. And they were, so where were they originally? Was it LA, Metallica? Because for Cliff to join, Metallica had to move to San Francisco. And they did that. I think they were in LA because they did that because they were like, yeah, it was a stair metal scene there or whatever. And they did that because they wanted fucking Cliff. But don't ever apologize. Look who you're talking to. I make mistakes. I'll make one in like 20 seconds from now. You're all good. I didn't know Kerry King had stint in Megadeth or could have. Yep. Look it up. He'll talk about it. And then that's what he's like. I did see Metallica like he says with this, he says first, like, he's impossible to fucking work with. But then he goes, but he did say he's a monster on guitar and, praises musicianship. But he goes, I saw Metallica with Mustaine, like meaning like with them together back in those days, which is very rare. And now Miss Gen X though got to see it. And Miss Gen X, and maybe you knew at the time, but you definitely didn't know at the time of how big and monstrous though, like they would become. So it's got to be cool, like remembering seeing them like in those like small clubs back then, and now, Metallica is probably the biggest band in the world. When you just, like when you say ticket sales, number wise, tours, all that type of stuff, without a doubt, they are. I would say, and they just have real good manager. Like they don't have to rely on record companies or any of that type of shit. And they did it right. And a lot of reason why they did it right is because of Lars. I know Lars takes a lot of fucking heat, but there wouldn't be Metallica without Lars. When Cliff died, he was the one though, like getting everything all together, like on the phones, doing the business aspect of it. And if you watch Lars in the studio when they create an album, he's a very good producer. Like meaning, for example, like when Kurt did what do you call it? That riff from Enter Sandman. He's like, play it 3 times and then put the tail end on it. Boom. If you watch them, like, there's like 3 albums that you could see them in the studio working on. And they're not documentaries, just the camera in there. But Lars is like, he's very good at like arranging stuff. Like put this here, put that there. He's very good at that. And I always get a kick though, like out of people who come on YouTube or like, I'm better than Lars. Okay, yeah, you're better than Lars. Lars is playing in the fucking sold out stadium tonight, pal. Your grandma's upstairs making meatballs. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, I consider myself a decent player or whatever, but I would never put down someone that I don't know. People are weird. Ever since we all got a voice, and I'm not saying I deserve one, but everyone in the world has one now because social media, just like that douchebag who wrote NIIG, fucking punk. He quit the fucking band. Well, he was, well, that's what he like really felt like. Lars wanted him not to leave. Hetfield was the one being stubborn. And Lars is like, what the fuck? Because Newstead was a perfect, I don't care what anyone says, he was a great fit. A great fit. I'm not saying Trujillo isn't. I've been watching Trujillo. He was with Suicidal. He's with Infectious Grooves. I saw him with Black Label. He was with Ozzy Osbourne and then Metallica. Talk about a fucking resume. But he just doesn't feel like he, like the look wise, I guess maybe it is, or fit wise, or from growing up, like, and he plays the songs amazing. I'm not putting him down. He's an incredible bass player. And he also plays with his fingers, which I like, just like Cliff did. But Newstead's backing vocals and how he was live, he was a fucking monster. And put his heart and soul in it. They haze the shit out of him. But yeah, no, he was underappreciated at the time. Remember, they're young. They're dealing with losing like a brother. Like, when you lose fucking someone like that, yeah, it's fucking, they weren't going to see psychiatrists or shrinks or anything like that. So they were just taking it all out on him. And he was good though with it. He took it though. And then all he wanted to do was just play an Echo Brain. And he's like, Metallica is like fucking a monster, meaning like gigantic, huge. What are you worried about me going with? And that goes to his insecurities of like, no, you got to be like with me, abandonment issues. Which I was shocked though they showed that documentary though. It was a weird one. Some kind of monster, like with the therapist there and all that. Then they had to sack him. But yeah, I was back in 2000, I think 2 or 3. Yep, a year and a half in the life of Metallica. I have stories. Maybe someday I'll tell you what I told Kirk before he left to go record the album. Well, that's what I mean, though. Like, that's, who we, well, even though this is an Ozzy channel and stuff like that, though, we still don't talk to about other bands and stuff. And plus they're connected though with him too. I mean, without them going on the Master of Puppets tour with Ozzy, Ultimate Sin tour. Was that what it was? Yeah, 86, Ultimate Sin, because Bark at the Moon was 83. But coming up again, we got Bob's interview. We have tomorrow, I'll be dropping this. I know I did the live the other day, which was right here.
By Carl Orff. This piece called
Lost tape, but it won't be a live. You'll see it as just like a video that I'll be putting up. I just have to do the editing to that. And then Mr. Bob Daisley's interview will be, I'm trying to get it this weekend. See, I did a Zoom with him this time. And first interview we did was over the phone. Bob's old school, like radio interviews, was over the phone. And I didn't have long distance. I didn't know it. And my phone company wanted me to fucking pay $1,200. And I was like, no, if I don't have long distance, then why are you letting me go? And they cut the call off while I was talking to Bob. This is Dave. This is the night of my pops' funeral. And he, they cut it off because they got $400 and some dollars. Then they're like, oh, we cut it off to protect you. And then when I called back, they let me call him back because I had no idea. It's a cell phone. I just was calling. But yeah, $1,200. But no, I did not have to pay that amount. But it fucking jammed me up for a little while. It pissed me off because I could have paid it though, but it was just principal though. And what they told me too is they're like, pay me $460 right now and we'll knock off everything else. I said, okay. Gave them $460 and then they didn't knock out everything else. So then I had to call and say, listen, you're a corporate fucking company. Go look at your recordings. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, I won. Didn't really win, but I didn't win. I had to fucking be a little more stressed. Yeah, it is Gen X. I don't know if you're on social media or not, but we put the links up though to everything. But like I said, oops, no, not that. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Yep. You could email right there, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute page at gmail.com. Yeah, I love music stories. I love stories, though, that, aren't out there from people, though, that, knew these guys that aren't in books, that aren't whatever. I have some with other, musicians and stuff, though, that are fucking pretty cool and stuff like that. You won't find, because, with your experience, Miss Gen X, it wasn't like there was, a camera right there or whatever. You're just talking to him and stuff right before he left and stuff. And, yeah, no, that'd be cool. Were you mad when he left Exodus? Because back then, no, you don't know. You're thinking, you don't know if Metallica is going to be this big freaking. People were going, in those clubs out in San Francisco and stuff like that. Yeah, they had a great fun, but I'm talking world class, international, fame. Not only that, but one of the biggest, if not biggest bands of all time. But I'm just curious because I think you sound like you're an Exodus fan. And I'm just curious if when he left, if you were bothered or if you were happy. That was called, yep, a year and a half. The idea with Ozzy motioning to slow down cracks me up. Are you talking about when he played with Metallica to Lars? Don't tell me that's what if you're talking about that, I'll lose my mind. Because I was just talking about that, literally just talking about that to someone yesterday. When they fucking play and he turns around and he goes, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but because I just thought that maybe that's what you're talking about because I brought Lars up. And that's who Ozzy turns around to and tells him, slow the fuck down, man. Unless you're just talking about that tour in general. Newstead was, I know, I loved him. I mean, obviously after R.I.P. Cliff, but I mean, if you're going to go with someone after Cliff, I just think Newstead was fucking perfect. And his backing vocals and his live presence and just, he was, yeah, I mean, I don't get it. You know, it's not like Echo Brain's going to swallow Metallica up or whatever, but I loved the Newstead backup vocal. Yep. Newstead never really moved past being the new guy. His entire career, exactly. And but his fucking backing vocals, dude, if you listen to one when they did it on the night when they were supposed to win for best metal performance and fucking Jethro Tull one, but they play one. And when Darkness, the first Darkness kicks in Prison of Me, listen to the fucking backup fucking sustained vocal of Newstead in the background. It's like, oh my God, so good. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I thought, though, she was talking about, so they did a performance with Ozzy once, and they started with Iron Man, and Lars was going, though, too fast, and he turned around, and he goes like this to Lars right before they started. And then, but then they played. I didn't know if, though, that's what she was talking about. Yes, exactly that with Lars. Nice. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking great. Literally was just talking about that. So weird. Love music documentaries too. I'm from Long Island, New York. Oh, really? That's nice. Yeah, I go to Long Island a lot. Like I ever had like by Freeport, Bridge, or where else? Freeport, the Nautical Mile. I was at what the hell's the name of that beach? Long Island. They have it in California too. It's like the same fucking name. What's the beach out there? The fucking oh my God, why can't I think? They have the same name beach out in California. Hold on. Long Beach. Sorry. Yeah, Long Beach. But I was yeah, Long Island. That's not too far from here. I not this past summer, the summer before, I was out there a few times out in that summer filming and stuff like that. And went to, like, they call it the Nautical Mile. I believe that was in Freeport. And then my one buddy Nick, who's an author, he lives in fucking starts with a B, I think, in Long Island. But yeah, no, just curious, because a lot of people are from the West. I noticed, though, including Dave right there. You're in Arizona, so Long Island, New York, nice. So then you probably know about some of the true crime mob stuff. You know, the tech kept asking James to get Lars to stop messing with the recording mix, and James couldn't get Lars to back off. Are you talking about don't even get me started on Justice for All? They did that. That was like the dumbest thing in the world with the bass to do that. Okay, I could see hazing the guy or whatever in Grief, but we're not going to put his bass up. And that album, those songs are fucking incredible. But every time I listen to it, it's like ever since then, yeah, they made it in Jason for All. But I'm saying, though, that why? The egos, man, are just, yep, the 89 grams. Yep, they were ridiculous, silly, fantastic. Yes, I have. Yes, Long Beach. Yeah, I was out there not too long ago. I forget where I ate. That was the name of the place. But I parked, just, walked the boardwalk, and because I had to do some film stuff out there, though, and See, because I'm 2 hours from Manhattan, but the problem though with that is, so if I type in right now, if I type in, what is today anyway? Today's Wednesday night going into Thursday. If I type in Long Island, New York, it'll probably say 2 hours, 57 minutes. But if I go there during the day, around like an hour, 55 minutes, I'll be at the bridge, the George Washington, and you got to get through that fucking thing. So by the time that you get through that and all that, I mean, it's over 3 hours, but for me though, that's not far. I don't fucking mind driving. I used to drive to Rhode Island, Florida, fucking like nothing. You're just sitting down, right? For the shred, I'm OG from Long Island. No shit. We got another Long Island in the house. How about that? The GWB sucks. I know, man. It's tough. How about that? 2 Long Islands in the house. Yeah, but man, I'm familiar though with the now. It's actually the first time I was actually out there was last year. So wasn't last year, excuse me. Would that be the summer of 2024? It would have been, right? Yeah, because we just got done with the summer. Yeah, so the summer of 2024, I was out there a lot. I wasn't mad Kirk left Exodus. They used to joke the music scene in the Bay Area early 80s was incestuous, or like musical chairs, so many changes. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, even when you look at Megadeth, like I was just saying with Kerry King, though, I even play with them for a little bit. Like there's just a lot of people that just, they went out there with certain people, but then ended up though with certain others. That's why Ozzy says the number one thing he's proud about, like with Black Sabbath, is like we're 4 blokes from the same neighborhood that just got together, and it wasn't like, I'm talking about the beginning. It wasn't like, oh, let's get this guy from here, let's get that guy from there. But yes, it does. Still going, Gina. I know. I told him, how long are we on? Wow. Well, because the community's great. Great people. GWB needs a companion. The John Adams or Thomas Jefferson Bridge. The thing is overcrowded. I know. There's 21 fucking bridges? That's New York, though, man. I used to take YG through Osneck Bridge. Yeah, I used to go through the not canal. What the fuck is it called? Bridge. Did you go into Chinatown on the Canal Street? Oh my God, what's the name of that bridge? No, it's not a bridge, actually. It's a tunnel. It's not the Lincoln either. Why can't I think of it? I don't know. I was in New York like fucking probably 1,000 times. Sometimes just there, like in and out. But that's what I love about this area though, because like I lived in Philly for a little while. That's like an hour and 45 minutes from here. Allentown would be the halfway mark. And then yeah, and then you got New York as well, which is 2 hours away. But the only difference is getting into it because of the GWB. But that's what I like this area here, because it's it's by some good stuff, and plus those I like this area to like with the mountains, and I like the change of seasons and all that stuff. It's in my blood. When I moved to Florida, even though I saw the beach every day and stuff, I was dying to like just be back by the mountains and stuff. I guess home is home. It's in our blood. Always going strong, G. Always. I used to take the Neck Bridge. Deaths were the worst reason for changes. Then drugs, then ego. Yeah, well, deaths, I mean, like you had to. And then the drugs, which could lead to deaths. And then the ego. And that's, you got to remember, when we get older too, that's why I said earlier in this show, and then I'll wrap up because we're about to hit 3 hours. So we'll do a 3-hour one. When you look back at all these stories and you think, oh, what a dick, what a whatever. I just think back like, okay, how old was he? He was 25, 26. And I look back how I was when I was 25, 26, drinking, drugging, doing whatever. If I had fucking the key to every fucking city traveling, unlimited amount of fucking money, unlimited amount of fucking drugs. What shocked me the most is how the fuck because I was an addict. I'm like, how did any of them get sober? Because usually, you get sober and you run out of money, But it's like, yeah, I can't judge, I just can't judge because I know a lot of people, that's what they do. Like if you watch a clip of them talking about something, anyone, and then go read in the comments, you'll see all the perfect people, especially the funniest are the fight fans when they're like, he should have threw a double left right. Dude, you're on your fucking couch eating fucking Pringles and he's a professional fighter. Shut up. But everyone has a voice now. I'm not saying I deserve one, but some people definitely abuse them. Holland Tunnel. Thank you, Fortress. I always answer Loomis questions, but he doesn't always see it. What do you mean? I saw what you wrote. The George Washington Bridge needs a companion. And then I said, yeah, there are 21 bridges. And then I was talking about the other tunnel, which is the Holland Tunnel. And, oh, yeah, you did. You did. This is right there, though, Jersey. So you got made tonight. You got a wrench. I don't want to hear it. I always answer Loomis questions, but he doesn't answer or see it. Broke equals sober. What do you mean by that? Broke equals sober. No, I'm intrigued. Like usually when you get sober, you get money because you're not spending it all on drugs. So I'm just trying to understand your angle. Broke. Oh, yeah. But no, we would rob, and rob anything that's not bolted to the ground. But I know what you're saying though now. Yeah. But the one thing though about me though, and that's how I know I'm not a piece of shit of a human, is like even my guitar player said to me, he's like, dude, man, why did you pawn your keyboards? Why did you pawn this and that? And I'm looking around now behind her at all my equipment, and I'm like, cameras, keyboard, just everything. And I'm like, how the fuck did I even if I had no money at all to eat, I wouldn't do that. But that's what drugs do to you. But yeah, I would just like always like pawn like my own stuff, and I just wasn't. He's like, and he's a great guy and everything too. He's like, dude, I would never sell my instruments. He's like, you didn't think about stealing or I just didn't do that. Like I just didn't, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Like there was sometimes like the last time when I met the drug dealer, like I gave him fake money and I punched him in the face when he found out quick. But I was going to rehab the next day. But that was shit like that. I wasn't one of those guys that was just I didn't feel right robbing people. And plus I knew I was done after that one anyway. So I remember that because he used to just take the money and put it in his fucking pocket. And I had I think it was a 5 on the outside of Monopoly money, and he grabbed it. And we were TGI Friday parking lot. And I turn around and my adrenaline's going, right? And all I hear is, oh shit, what? And I don't know if he has a gun or whatever. I just pounced on him. And the funniest thing though about it though, after I took his pockets, I fucking come home and fucking it was all fake anyway. Yeah. Went to rehab the next day, never looked back. 4 years and a quarter about now. But that's pretty much it. LOL. You said usually when you're sober, it's because you're broke. Well, not now, meaning that back in those days, when you don't have money because you spend it all on fucking drugs. So when you have no money, yeah, you have to be sober though. But you end up doing it. If somebody wants something, somebody, then they hook you up. Like it's a full-time job. You're out constantly trying to figure out your next fucking score to just live. It's a terrible, terrible fucking addiction. And I lost so many friends to it. It's like so many parents have buried their kids. My father used to always say to me, he goes, you're half my age and you've been to more funerals and wakes than me. And it's fucking sad and disgusting. And for some reason, it makes you think like, I'm still here. I definitely shouldn't be here, but a lot of my good friends that have kids and stuff like that passed. I don't have kids, like, I'm 44, no kids, no nothing like that or whatever. Like, why the fuck am I around? I'd even do the normal thing that you're supposed to do as a human, produce. So, like, like, what the fuck? But it's the way the world works. I don't know. Nice jersey. Yeah, Jersey's got a wrench. Silly's got a wrench. Linda's got a wrench. Yep, Gina, I mentioned I understood what a mod should do because I'm one on a few other channels and he made me a wrench. That's what I do. Someone knows not going to like this, though, but maybe we'll see. Let's throw a surprise one out. All right. Now we have, before I leave, because we just hit 3 hours, we have Gracie, Gina, me, Jersey, Linda, Silly. And then I think I just gave out a 7th. I think OG Ruby, though, has one, though, too. I think there's 8. But I did, though, just give one out to someone. Yeah, for real, Angela. For real. You're making Ozzy for, oh, man, they get me hungry all the time. Dark Warrior, hello, everyone. Is having a great week. Great to see you. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks, Dave. Hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget when I end this, that if you don't mind, once it's up, to leave a comment in the normal comments and hit that like button. Share it with your friends. We appreciate it. Angela, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. A pad as well. That's right. Beautiful. Yay will work. Beautiful. Now Gina, we're stacked now. We got a crew. Because I could tell who oh, wait, I forgot one. You could, people out there, you don't have to accept. All right. Wow. What was that? We made 3 people tonight. I just made another one. Welcome to the family. Angela, Linda, and Jersey. Yep. And someone else. Oh, yeah, you're in. And don't forget, if anyone ever wants to help out with because I think when I just give you the wrenches like that, you don't get the studio. Like Gina, you have the studio, right? Because I have you hooked up in here like as but let's see. What's going on? I wanted to hear something about Exodus. Where did she go? Gen X left us. Yeah. I'll tell you. And watch that Waters video I did. It's in the video section. It just says Y on the thumbnail. Did Gen X leave us? Gina has VIP. It's her show. It's her channel. It's all of our channels, not my channel. I said that from the get-go. It'll never be monetized. This is just passion. Anyone's wild. I mean, okay, I created it, whatever, but never be monetized. And any one of you are allowed on it. So I consider it ours. Yo, look. Oh, look at now we have another wrench. Miss Gen X, if you don't want it, you don't need it. We could take over the world now. Yeah, we have about 10 of them now. 10 good wrenches in there now because, As it keeps growing and growing and growing, and you get assholes in there fucking say whatever, just fucking clip them. You know, yous are made now. You can whack them right out. Exodus kick some ass live. Yeah, Exodus is good. Hell yeah. Let's all be mods. Angela. Oh, let me tell the mods this. If you ever see a comment in the video section, and if it's just disagreeing with if I do a video, if Gina does a video, if anyone, and it's just disagreeing and like even laughing and being snubby or whatever, let it there. Just get rid of the ones, because actually the reason why I can't do related videos yet is because of the comment section. No, because if you have to just check if people are like, what words don't are using and stuff like that. But racism gone. If someone writes, I'm not the biggest fan of Ozzy, which I mean, you rarely hear that, let that there. It's just going to start a conversation with other people if I can smother, and I'm saying, fucking, how aren't you? And listen, it's all right if you're not a fan of Ozzy, it's all subjective. But I'm just trying to say that's only for like, it's got to be something bad. Like, and if it offends you personally, think about if it offend everyone personally. Nah, I trust all your judgment. I don't know why. I never met you, like meeting face to face, but I could just tell from your vibes through here that you're all great people. And I couldn't ask for a better crew. Me and Gina got ourselves a good crew here, but it's all of our crews. There's not one person above another one. So please keep that in mind. And please come on the show, anyone. I'm honored to be a wrench on this channel. You got it. No timeouts. No. I didn't say no timeouts. Now, for example, if someone's just being like argumentative though and being a cocksucker though, like what is, excuse my language, ladies, and or whatnot, then put them in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom for 5 minutes. And if he comes back and he didn't learn from his timeout, then whack him. Whack him for good. I'm a good girl. What the fuck? All right, Grace. Thanks for letting us know. But everyone here is good. Don't drop the hammer over little stuff. As long as you don't get all authoritarian, it will be easy to figure out who needs to be banned. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's what, so with the language, that's what makes YouTube themselves stop stuff. For example, yes, like if there's a comment like F and 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 like they don't put asterisks in it or whatever, don't ban them though, because they might though just be just delete the comment. Or if it's alive and they're doing that, put them in the timeout and a comment. But if you just see normal other stuff on videos and all that type of stuff, I mean, it's got to be bad. Racism or talking shit on anyway, like just fucking just want a positive fucking. And that's the amazing thing about Ozzy. I mean, you name another channel that has over 6 million fucking views, that fucking I could count on my fingers how many negative comments there were on it. That's like unheard of. And that just tells you how much he's loved. And I love it. Oh, you mod other ones too? Yeah, I think you told me that before. Doing great, Dave. I hope you're having a great night. Dreamer comes to mind always. It's simple. Dark Warrior. How you been, my man? I hope everything's all right. Jersey, you sound like a professional mod. That's the manual, what he just said there, folks. I got to start that comment. Don't drop the hammer over the little stuff. As long as you don't get all authoritarian, it will be easier to figure out who needs to be banned. Absolutely. It'll come natural. But Jersey's been doing it, I could tell. He's like, like when you get a job and you got to go to orientation, Jersey would be the one though laying it all out. Listen, folks, ladies and gents, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Gina, I love you. I didn't mean to go this long after, but this fucking community is fantastic. Don't forget, ring the bell if you want, because on the weekends there's videos dropping. Every day a video a short at least drops around like 5, 6 o'clock or whenever. But videos dropping tomorrow and interviews are dropping, and then the Ozzy talk over the weekend, they're just random and pop up. I put that up about an hour before I'm going to go on, so people, if anyone wants to see it, and then they come out over the weekend. But this is the solid concrete time though every week, Wednesday at 8:05 p.m. And as long as that always works good for Gina. I don't know if she's off on another day on Monday or whatever. She wants to be at the house. I could be able to do it longer. I don't know. But so far, we decided to do Wednesday at 8. So it's hump day. So get over to hump with us. And thank you so much, Iron Boy Army. You are the best. Thanks to the Diary of Mad Women for coming on. We do need to post rolls. We do need to post rolls for every stream. Yeah, or I could just throw right, whoever's on though, you could just roll though right by. Like, welcome to Ozzy Osbourne. Excuse me, welcome to Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. If it's your first time here, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And just keep everything though respectable in the chat. No racist shit. No, I'll get it. I'll figure it all out. Because you got to be careful, though, because if you post fucking rules, then you're going to get trolls coming in and breaking them. Right now, we don't have anyone really fucking around with us until someone mentioned Roger Waters. So right now, we're good. Nobody's fucking with this crew. We're good. If you go with Pat Saturday night, I'll bring my jokes for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be great that we were dying that day. Jersey, you could roast me. What was the name of the book that Pat had me made? Pat, I Know How to Live in This World for Dummies, or what was it, Gina? Thank you, Dark Warrior. Yeah, what was that book for dummies? When Pat would ask me a question, I'd be like, Pat, I know how to live life. Is that what it was? And then I put one, and I'd say, what a world. Fuck. And then he made that book real quick for dummies. I have the picture of it, but that was a fun fucking. We have fun over the weekends too, folks. We really do. I don't know if you do drugs, alcohol, smoke, or whatever, but smoke them if you got them. Have your control. I mean, I listen, just because I don't drink and can't do that. I can't drink and do cocaine and hard drugs and all that anymore. That doesn't mean that people can't have some beers and smoke pot. I hate being that guy when people are uncomfortable around me because I don't drink or whatever. Like, no, I don't drink because I don't know how to behave when I drink. There's a difference. I hate so never changed for me. I even told Gina, I'm like, fucking fire up on fucking fire one up. Don't matter how the world works. Oh, how the world works for dummies. That's right. And my fucking catch, and I always say, my buddies around here say, dude, and you got to get that on a shirt. But I always say, like, what a world. But I guess I was saying to him, oh, he was asking me like the most basic questions. And I'm like, Pat, I know how the world works. I've been living behind these eyes for 44 years. I remember it now. Got it. Word of mouth. Share the channel. Tell you what, though, thank yous all who do share, and thank you all we got another 1,000 subscribers over the week, and let's just keep growing this motherfucker and spreading the good word, though, of Oz and Sabbath and meeting great people around the globe, and I can't thank yous all enough for tuning in with everything else that's on out there and everything like that. Why you would want to fucking listen to me, I don't understand. Gina, I could see, but thank you. I really mean it, and to all the new mods, it's an honor to have you on board. Welcome. And yeah, let's keep this motherfucker going. And one thing about this channel too, there'll never be AI on it. And everything will be like legit. And if something's wrong and someone corrects it or whatever, then, it's a minute. But, truths and some false truths that are out there, and all that type of stuff, that type of stuff as well, though, will be going down in here because there's some false narratives out there. But yeah, just this channel, like you all understand, it's a tribute channel and it's all of ours. So please, anyone wants to be a part of it, you're already a part of it without knowing. You don't need to ask me. Well, you do, just so I know just so I can get you in on here. But hit the Ozzy Osbourne Tribute page at gmail.com, or you could get me at I don't know if my Instagram will come. It used to be Loomis Show, but now because of the fucking blue check thing, they have to put your fucking name there. But I think it's just my name. But I have the links in the comments, and I'll put them inside the description. If anyone could leave a comment after this, that'd be great. Enjoy hanging out. Something different. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. What did Jersey say? Loomis had on 2 pairs of glasses that night. He was a pair of Warby Parkers from Discovering Life. I wasn't I? Because the lights were killing me and I wanted to read. I was rocking like this. And these are my Joe Pesci's, though. These are from, he had these made, this is his line. From Irishman, though, but they're not the same glasses, but that's because he was getting compliments on them, but that's why I got them since I'm the one doing that project. So I figured, what the fuck? Yeah, but I was rocking like this, wasn't I? It wasn't even that bad, though, either. It's almost like the flip downs back in the day of the baseball. But I'm getting him no prescription anyway in context. Yes, we will leave a comment after. Look at all the wrenches. I love it. Great people here. He can see in 4K. You got it, Grace. Go rip one up because I know that's what you're about to do. Listen, folks, this was a blast. Thank you all so much. Silly, all is, you're great. I can't see into the future, and what I see is good things. Us doing good things on this channel, and with that, I could still hang out for 5 hours. I really can, but I got some stuff I got to do and I'm hungry. And yeah. All right. I love you. You fucking all rock. And welcome to all the new screwdrivers, wrenches. So we're literally ready to say, welcome all the screwdrivers. We taking over the world now. You fucking right, Grace. Iron Void Army. Channel should have been called Iron Void Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. Again, this channel is just all about having fun, good old conversations about the Oz music and everything. Nothing's too serious or whatever the fuck. And I'm a bigger fan than you. I dealt with some of that shit over whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. And with the drama shit and all that, that ain't gonna fly here. Anyway, love yous all. Let's end on a positive note with these great comments. Love you. Is Dark Water a wrench? Love yous. This was awesome. Thank you, Angela. You rock. See everyone next show. He'll be a wrench in time, silly. I throw out the wrenches, all right? Put me on blast. Yeah, but 10, 15, the people who are here consistent and stuff are the ones, though, that I put wrenches, though, too. And Dark Warrior is a consistent, though, cap, but I'll give him one. Fuck it. Making me look all mean. I mean, everyone could have one. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest, like I said about this channel. But I don't want to just give. And Dark Warrior isn't just anybody. He's great. I like him a lot. I'm just saying, if someone like, he's been here for a while. Boom, Dark Warrior's in. But what I'm saying, though, is if someone just drops by and says, hey, I don't want to be like, I give a wrench. You got to earn that. Like I say, you got made. You got to go out. You got to do a piece of work. You do it right. You get made. Done. How many eyes does Loomis have? I'm rocking with 1, 2. Oh, yeah, I am rocking with 6. Oh, no, that doesn't work. You're an idiot. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. Thank you to the Iron Void Army. Welcome to all the new wrenches. Gina, Angela, Jersey, Angela, Linda, Dark Warrior, Angela, Silly's been one. Gracie's been holding it down. I do this because I don't miss one person. I don't care. I will not miss one person. I always say that. And let's one more time for the new wrenches, which is fucking everyone. Don't drop the hammer over little stuff. As long as you don't get all authoritarian, it will be easy to figure out. That's it. That is it. Having more wrenches works for those that can't make it for a live stream. Having more wrenches works for those that can't make it for a live stream. 100%. I love the way that you think, Silly. I love the way you think. And you are 100% right, because pretty much though, when you have this many out there, you're right. You'll always have a wrench in there. So really don't even need him on this channel. Everyone seems to love Oz, which is great. And but what does he got going on here now? Loomis is working on next level with this eyewear. He's ready to battle AI in the maid. Fuck AI. Having more, she's right. LOL, Jersey. Yeah, don't put me on timeout. Why would I put you on timeout? You crazy? All right, everyone. This time I'm really going to go. Gina, thank you. You rock. And with that, Loomis and Gina will be back next Wednesday at 8:05 Loomis Standard Time. And thank you all again very much. This was a blast. 3 hours and almost a half talking with you. It's been an honor. And I'll see you next time on Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. Good night, everyone. Don't take shit from anyone.
never realised that fucking black magic was real.
Right.
No, we took this to fucking Hollywood.
Yeah,
making money.
People thought you were like into black magic. And
we started
evil.
getting invites to fucking midnight at the cemetery with black magic. What the fuck's this?